Hey, thank y'all for another great evening. We're here with the Truth Be Told ESTL podcast. On my right, I got Mr. Shine,
What's up, peoples?
my co-host. I got my in the middle. We got a special guest, Mr. Lonzo.
What's going on, family?
And then on the left, on your left, my right, we got Mr. Tony.
Yeah, what's good?
Which is the numbers man. He and knowledgeable on politics and a lot of the underworld crap.
Illuminati.
Cultism or cultism.
All right.
Welcome to the Truth Be Told podcast, where we unreveal the fabric of the world, news, daily affairs, sports, relationships, and entertainment through an urban lens. In our debut episode, dive into dynamic exploration of current events with a perspective rooted into urban culture. Gain unique insights, thoughtful commentary, and genuine understanding of the world around us. As we navigate through these diverse landscapes of the global happenings and personal narratives, tune in to episode 2 for authentic, unfiltered take on pulse of our society. Yeah. Hey,
All right.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time, on the third episode, we're gonna have people clapping for us.
All right. Real people or the real people or the little thing where you can act like.
Real people in another land. You know?
Oh, okay.
But we was talking about relationships.
Oh man, that's a good
Yeah,
topic.
yeah.
That's a good topic.
And I'm just gonna jump in and out.
Mhm.
But we was talking about I've been married 31 years.
Mm.
So yeah, they asked, man, what was the recipe or what was the ingredients?
What was the tools that you use, whatever, to withstand?
You know how you I'm being real. You know how you taste it, it just don't taste right. You go back and redo it.
Mhm.
You got it until it tastes good, and then it start tasting good. Now you don't need no measuring stick. You know how to cook it. So that's basically where it ain't no easy way.
Nah, and I don't think it is when it comes down. I think in today's time or in the past, people when it comes down to marriage, people think it's this all glamorous and glorious and fairy tale and all that stuff, whatever. But marriage is because I was married once and stuff like that, and it's work, man. It ain't something that every day you wake up, what I'm saying to you, your sweetheart that everything's gonna be on point. It just don't work like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you need it. You need tools and you need certain things, whatever, to get through because you gonna face some trials and tribulations, and it can make or break. You know what I'm saying? A marriage and stuff like that. Yeah. So.
And one thing I learned,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna pass it on to Alonzo next. That this tool or piece of furniture you have in your house is a mirror.
Yeah, reflect
Oh.
on you. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, right.
You can't beat
That's
nobody
dope.
else.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Nobody else. You chose that woman. She chose you. Now you trying to change her, and she trying to change you. That ain't gonna work.
Nah, it's really not.
Work when
Yeah.
she work on you because you still gotta work on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even throughout the whole marriage, you're gonna be working on each
Yeah,
other
it's some
because the
work.
same person
That's some work.
the same person you marry in the beginning is not going to be the same person 10, 15, 20 years go down the road because everybody gets to a point when you're not going to be the same man or woman in your 20s that you are in your 30s or your 40s if you marry. You might look up and you be like, she looking like damn, who is this nigga?
What's your take on that?
I was gonna say that there was a post I seen outside of a church, right?
Mhm.
And it said, "People are like tea bags. It takes hot water to see how they stand up."
That's good.
That's
That's
good.
good. That's good.
So when you get in a marriage, as much as everybody be like, I love him and I love her, that's cool. And that's great. But holler at me when y'all get down the road and kids get into the situation. When the money ain't acting right.
Yeah, especially the
You know what
money.
I'm saying? When y'all got more bills than y'all got money.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you on the job and she got somebody looking at her talking, hey, she telling her problems to him.
They call it what they call that work husband.
Work husband.
And see, that's funny you say that too, Leo, because I seen a post the other day and it was talking about is it acceptable to have a work husband or a work wife, or whatever, and stuff like that.
No, it's not.
You
It's
know,
not acceptable.
It's cool.
because on a woman, because the woman would say, on a woman's standpoint that I seen the post, she was saying that it's nothing wrong with that because it don't really lead to nothing. It's just something to do. You know, it's a pastime or whatever and stuff like that.
What you think about that, Tony?
Well, I think if smoke is fire, you know, so
Okay.
it's gonna lead to something. You know,
Eventually.
eventually it's gonna lead to
Yeah.
something because
Home ain't gonna always be.
it's exactly. Then a lot of times
Mhm.
the society's set up where you at work more than you at home.
Absolutely.
So you seeing this person and you're like,
That's it.
man,
Prime example.
Yeah.
Prime example. I remember when COVID hit, and a friend of mine is a policeman. He said when COVID came down, it was so much domestic violence that it was crazy, and that was basically because people wasn't used to being
at
home
home.
together,
Yes.
all
time.
the motherfucking time,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whatever he said, man, the domestic violence shoot through the roof, whatever, and
Yes.
stuff like that, whatever. Because you know, like I say, I guess when you go to work and you know somebody at work, whatever, you know, like you, whatever, and stuff like that. Y'all know the situation, and y'all do little things for each other, whatever, and stuff like that. Or do subliminals and stuff like that, or whatever.
Yeah.
You you ha ha, whatever,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, whatever. And it may not be something wrong at home, whatever. But you think it's innocent, whatever. But like you say, Tom,
Yeah.
all it takes is for her to be upset one day,
Yeah.
and whatever, and stuff like that,
And here
or
come the
she can
hood,
find it
the
in
soldier to
somebody.
cry on.
Yeah,
Somebody.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so-
So
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I was in that situation before.
Was you the work husband,
I
or
was-
was you the husband?
I was a husband that had a work wife who turned into a side piece.
Really?
yeah.
And when I say about and
And that's cool. The mere fact that you even willing to, you know what I'm saying, you know.
when I tell you it wasn't cool. And this is my first marriage. You know what I'm saying? And I was, taking problems. Eventually I started taking problems to work and talking to somebody else about it.
Mhm.
And they giving their perspective. Oh, well, you need to do this. And then
And they already know how much money you make.
so right, they know how much money you're making. So
Mhm.
eventually it went from, well, you ought to do this and you ought to do that to, well, nah, she don't know how to treat you right. Nah, she don't understand you. So
Mhm.
now it went from, and then after it went from, she don't treat you right, she don't understand you. Hey, what you doing later on?
Yeah.
And then it went from, why don't we go hang out?
So you saying that? It's something. I'm glad you said that. I see. Me and him had this. Me and the mom had the conversation about women, and that was last week. We were talking about it.
Okay.
I mean, last one, and he said something about you looking for, like, I be trying to make sure girls ain't being gold diggers. I said, here's the thing: you're gonna always have people that are. You're gonna have dudes that are gold diggers. I know dudes that I want a woman to take care of me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When the dude come to me and say something like that, I'm like, dude, you less of a man. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman take care of a man by cooking for him, making sure the house clean. And
Yeah.
the daily stuff
The natural stuff that a woman that comes from with her.
As far as you playing, to me, if you need a woman to take care of you, you playing the role of a woman.
Yes. Yes. That's good, bro.
That's deep.
That's good.
But you know what though? That's this society now, though, man.
This new
This
generation. Yeah.
They don't have a problem with men sitting at home taking and a woman going out and being a breadwinner. They act like it's not a problem.
I was at the car wash. I'm sorry, you said I was at the car wash the other day, and it blew my mind. I'm washing my car. I'm getting it clean that one day we had some warm weather. It's a girl washing the car down. I mean, she getting out.
I bet you dude was in the car.
Pulled around.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
I see that. I see that. I see that at the gas. I see that at the gas station all the time, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go ahead. My bad, bro.
I don't want to lose my thought. Now that y'all say it, now what you just said, she need a work husband.
Yeah.
We're gonna say, babe, I'm gonna take your car and get it cleaned up.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good. That reminds me. I the other day I had took time and I had a me day, so I went and got a facial and stuff like that. and whatever. So I was talking to the lady that was somebody breaking in the house.
Sound like the dog. Oh, the
Oh, the
balloon.
balloon hit the
Ceiling
the ceiling
fan.
fan. I was like, damn, somebody breaking in the house. And that's what y'all moved up here for, ain't it?
It's okay.
No.
Nah, but
Scared them all out.
Right.
the dog
I can't see what that is.
thought y'all had a dog. He ain't come down here, see.
Yeah, it's probably the dog, scratching.
Nah, but she was telling me that her sister, she was telling me that her sister that had been married for like 12 years, her the car had broke down on the highway. So it was the girl, her sister, and her husband. She said the girl, instead of her husband getting out and changing the tire, the girl called the dad to come change the tire, whatever, stuff like that. And she was like, that's just normal. That's just the dad was mad, you know what I'm saying? Because he like, well, damn shit, why he ain't changing the tire, whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just think that something simple like that, this is this new generation. How you not? First of all, how you not even know how to change the tire? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
that's no excuse for a man not knowing, or even a young man or any man not knowing how to change the tire, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Me myself, I don't know how to. There's certain things on the car I can fix, but changing the car or changing the tire,
Checking
checking the oil,
Yeah.
knowing if the alternator is bad or the starter, it's just basic shit. Because my grandfather, that's all he really did and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You ain't changing too many things on that Ranger on your own.
Shit.
Because some vehicles you can't even change. You need a
specialty tools. But you know what?
Like that.
I get them specialty tools.
Everybody and like Range Rover, Mercedes.
Yeah.
When I get the price, first off, YouTube is my best buddy.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay, yeah.
I think you can go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube. That's why I say it, Mario. There's really no excuse, whatever, for whatever age you is, not to know how to do simple, basic shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can go on YouTube and learn things.
That's where we came from. I had uncles, and dad that, come here, boy. Let me show you how to put this tile on, boy. Hey, boy, go over there and get that.
That wrench, that socket. You know what I'm saying?
We go with the relationship thing.
All right.
That was a good topic.
It was.
With closing words, anybody got anything to say about that with the relationships?
Man, what I will say, whatever, because I remember prior to actually starting the podcast with you, Ro, I would always post things about the disconnection between the black man and the black woman. And I would always get a lot of you a narcissist, you control whatever, then like that, whatever. It's like, but that's not my nature. That's not my nature to be black like that towards any black woman, whatever, because I got respectable aunts and I got grandmothers, and stuff like that, and all that, sisters and stuff like that, whatever. So my thing and my take, I started off of talking about relationships and whatever and stuff like that. And it's like, I can say something that I see as a black man through my own personal experience, and I can say something. And if I say it, I'm a narcissist. But a woman can turn around and say the same thing, and it's cool, it's funny or whatever and stuff like that. And that's like weird to me,
Let me guess. The people that called you a narcissist was a woman, wasn't it?
All of them is always was a woman, whatever and stuff like that, whatever. And stuff.
Please find another word, ladies. Narcissist, please find another word.
Right. I would ask them, enlighten me. What do you really know what it means? Because I know a lot of people throw words out there.
They don't have
no idea what it means.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
Right.
It must be cool, and
right. Because my thing, here's my thing. When it comes down to relationships between the black man and black woman, there's obviously a disconnection to the point today, whatever. I think that they want society and the powers of be understand that if there's friction in a household with a black man and black woman, it has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect on the kids. It has a ripple effect on the
It's to break
community.
up the nucleus family.
Exactly.
You know,
And if
yeah.
you break up the nucleus family, you're going to get destruction in young girls having babies too early.
Yeah.
You're going to have the dysfunction of young men not knowing how to control their emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where they may not even, having a simple argument and stuff, they can't control it to the point where they can't just walk away. They want to shoot somebody or whatever and stuff like that. Or not even knowing their masculinity within themselves, because there's no man figure in the household. So
Right. So then the powers that be becomes the dad or the family, because they can control them.
Yeah.
They, it's all about control, order out of chaos.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and so they create the chaos.
Yeah, that's good.
And then they bring the order.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because
No, I'm saying that, the powers that be, the people that make all the policies, the people that all the money, the World Economic Forum for one. That's where all
Start.
it starts there.
Right.
So they create young global leaders, and then they bring it over here. That's actually in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
The World Economic Forum. That's the headquarters, and where they do the brainstorming of a lot of ways to control society.
Here's the thing, he made a valid point. And we talked about relationships, but that's how deep it is.
Yeah. It's deep.
It's a lot deeper. It's a lot. It's a lot deeper than because it's to the point where women really nigga. Excuse my language. Niggas ain't this. Niggas ain't shit. Whatever. This, that, and the third. And they don't even want. It's getting to the point where they don't even want a man now. They just want to just be by themselves and stuff.
Right. So they think.
So they think. When shit hit the fan,
when it hit the
fan, who they gonna call?
They gonna call a man.
Some form of a man.
Yeah.
Let me say this. And a quick question.
Okay.
I forgot to tell everybody this.
Okay.
Me and my son was hanging out the other day, shopping. He was spending my money. So first off, real quick, what do y'all think about these people having their own liquors? Like, what do you think?
That's deep.
The reason I asked you because
okay.
We won't
Yeah.
the sponsors. Like, it's the first day, first episode we did. Me, Sean, and Tony was here, but he went on and said we talked about all these different. Everybody got alcohol. Looking for sponsors.
Right.
Bring it to the store the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you know how they have the sampling of the alcohol?
Yeah.
I'm going there to get my stuff. I'm a bourbon drinker. I like tequila. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I drink, I drink to be sociable and have a good time. I don't drink my problems away. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Throw that on the set right there. These are 2 batches of brandy. You can set them on the table because this guy was saying, following our YouTube. I just told him we got it on YouTube podcast, whatever. But one good thing about this liquor, he explained, he signed the bottles.
I see that's pretty dope. Yeah. That's pretty dope, bro.
Yeah.
Some of the
That's very dope.
Never forget.
But let me tell you the history behind it and why I wanted to work with these folks. See, I choose who I work with.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Check this out. Me not knowing this, but this ties back into where I'm from and how I feel about a lot of stuff. Just days after 9/11, an elite team of Green Beret was inserted into Afghanistan on horseback.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Horse soldiers. They was called the horse soldiers.
Horse soldiers.
The exploits were routed into Hollywood. Blockbuster 12 Strong, a moment honoring their deeds and proudly Ground Zero in New York Trade Center. So the medals that's on these boxes.
That's what I noticed. That's what I was thinking.
It's right here.
So you just
They donated so much of the medal to these folks. These are soldiers. These are Green Beret soldiers. They stand by this liquor, and it's some history. It ain't just they got the whole story. I'll post it on the YouTube or whatever.
Mm.
I talked to the gentleman today, man, and I said, hey, man, I was with you, me and my son. He said, yeah, I remember you. You was the Marine. I said, yeah. I said, I'm starting a podcast. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I would love for you all to sponsor us.
Mm-hmm.
So
And he's open to it.
email,
Okay.
stuff, but like anything, he wants to see
Who's a part of it?
who
What's the
we dealing with.
okay
Or-
content he wants to? Right.
That's why, but just shout out, man. I hope they down here next month, next 2, we get 1,000 likes or whatever.
Mm.
And start advertising on our.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
That's basically how this stuff get paid for, and then we move on to bigger and better things.
Right.
And I just want to thank all you brothers, because I handpick everybody in there. I mean, I don't call nobody, you know what I'm saying, if I don't feel that they gonna kind of bounce off each other.
Uh-huh.
So,
Right.
you know,
Yep.
Heart Soldier Bourbon, y'all
Yeah.
check them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we moving on. We were just talking about right before you got here, Lonzo. Mike Tyson and
Jake Paul.
hey, well, what is you talking about? Let me. So Mike Tyson. Now I done seen Mike Tyson since he done retired. He got sloppy, and
Right.
you see Mike Tyson tonight or
Yeah.
today.
Mike is
Boy, gonna kill that boy.
Mike
That's
is
my
a
opinion. What y'all think?
Mike is a machine.
But I didn't. Well, I'm gonna start off by saying that I didn't watch the fight, so I ain't gonna.
No, they haven't fought yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking about last night because somebody fought last night. Who fought last night?
Anthony Joshua and Francis.
You see that fight?
Yeah, and Francis got
Yeah, he got knocked out.
You see the fight?
You seen the fight or seen previews?
I seen the highlight.
I've been
It lasted 2
all
rounds.
on my phone, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 rounds. He knocked him out cold. Yeah, he knocked him out cold. Anthony Joshua won.
Beat the white dude.
No. He's African.
Okay.
MMA
Okay.
fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm behind.
He was undefeated in MMA.
Francis.
Francis. He's the MMA guy.
Yeah.
I should have watched that fight last night because I sure saw it on my.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they hyped it up because he gave Tyson Fury trouble.
Okay.
So they hyped it up. But Tyson Fury didn't even train for the fight.
Okay.
So
Now this is his brother.
No. Jake Paul
Okay.
is fighting Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Okay.
We
So
got-
he's a YouTube, right? But last night you had Anthony Joshua and Francis. How you pronounce his last name? Anue or
Yeah. That's the yeah. I forgot.
let's recap though.
yeah.
This Jake Paul. I mean, he fought. Did he fight Mayweather?
His brother Logan Paul.
Logan
Paul
Paul.
fought Floyd.
Yeah.
He destroyed.
Now I'm gonna say this: Jake Paul and Logan, they now are. They do train as boxers. They do train as fighters.
Okay.
I'm not calling them fighters. They do train as fighters.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now Jake is more. He's kind of doing a little bit more better with it, but you fought athletes who were trying to box. Like he fought Nate Robinson.
Okay. Oh, okay. Like the exhibition types.
Right. And then you fought another. He fought the guy who
Tyrone Woodley,
There you go.
MMA guy.
And then so he's fighting guys who have who are athletes and who are, did a couple of sparring rounds as boxers.
Right.
Okay.
But let me put
Are
this way.
they respect them?
It's
Are
very-
they respected Are they respected as fighter, or is
He's
he
respected.
downgraded from actually professional boxing?
He's a professional boxer
Okay.
moving his way up. He's trying to show because he was a YouTuber.
Right.
Okay.
He made all his millions of dollars being a
YouTuber.
YouTuber, so he crossed
That-
over.
Is that like some normal?
It's not. It's something.
See, when they do that, when they like those YouTubers,
Yeah.
Do they get so motherfucking bored? They say, okay, I can do that. Let me train and try to. Is that how that goes?
let me tell you how they go. I'm a YouTuber. I'm already making millions. I got 50,000 followers.
Okay.
So and I'm paid. But watch this. I'm finna double my.
Right. I'm finished my following.
Like jumping into a different round.
Yeah.
It's a smart business move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He done done all the
You think so? No, you think so? Another reason why I say that because boxing, you taking some
Yeah,
some
if it was a real fight,
uh-huh.
it would be a risk, but it's supposed to be expedition,
Okay.
and they not they
So it's more
free.
it's more of a like something new to watch
Yeah.
type joint. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing. You gonna watch it?
Right, you gonna watch it. You gonna watch it.
Okay, let me ask you. So you're gonna watch it. If you are a person that actually like watching professionals box, wouldn't that be like I ain't watching that goofy ass shit?
Yeah.
Because I was just gonna say,
Or it's just entertaining.
Like Mike Tyson said, he gonna
Now see that I will watch.
punish his
And the only reason why
Right, Mike.
because you saying the doctor dudes whatever. Right.
Okay.
So what I'm getting at is that I will watch Mike Tyson because I know Mike Tyson. These other YouTubers, I ain't
Yeah, read
that ain't
on.
nothing that I have to watch or
Right.
want to watch, but I know I would want to watch Mike Tyson, whatever, and stuff like
I'm
that.
gonna put it
Whatever.
this way: Mike Tyson at 57 is
Still
still a
dangerous.
dangerous
Yes.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Of course.
And had y'all seen that boy train?
We
Yes.
just video. You just showed me.
I've been keeping up with him.
Man,
He-
because like to me, because Mike Tyson 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, he might be sloppy or whatever, this, that, and another. But when he want to get back in tip top shape, he know exactly what to do.
He's been staying in shape. He just fought Roy Jones. What? That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
If I
Him and Roy Jones just had an expedition.
Roughly.
he wasn't even in shape like he in shape.
Right, he's a better shape now.
Respected each other.
Right. It was a draw. They called it a draw.
Called it a draw.
You know.
Was it highly watched?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did it last?
It went the distance.
Really?
Yeah.
They was out of their misery because they went the distance.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tired. But
But
Roy
trained like he
Yeah.
trained.
Right.
Yeah.
Trained for a run like that.
Okay.
That's why I said Mike Tyson
He gonna be
at
it's
50
dangerous.
plus is a dangerous Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
This dude, he would have been better off. That's like a kid in high school saying, "Man, shit, Michael Jordan ain't shit."
Right. Right.
Wow.
And
I'll take mine. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some disrespect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What y'all think about everybody was bashing on old Shannon Sharp.
Well, that's what we see. That's what we do. We do that. We took something like that with Shannon Sharp, and we just made. And a lot of YouTubers, whatever, they took that and made clickbait off of that because
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's fine. And then we, as just regular folks that don't use it for clickbait, we just chimed in and stuff and like that, whatever, stuff like that,
But
whatever.
here's what folks need to realize, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
But when they was making fun of him, he had something called a nightcap.
Yeah, with him and Ocho.
He
Okay.
said, "Y'all keep on." He said, "Cause Total Wine and more just ordered 2,000 more bottles of my liquor." He
Right.
said,
Okay.
And I get what
all the way to the bank.
And I get what you're saying, L. On one hand, we can say it like that, whatever. Me, whatever. When I seen it, I laughed a little bit because it was fucking funny.
Yeah, it was relaxed.
But at the same time, too, whatever and stuff, like when they talking about his knees and his stance and how he is, whatever, people don't realize that's however many years he
That's
was
wear
in
and
the
tear
that's
from
wear and tear on your knees.
yes.
That's the surgeries.
Yeah.
Surgeries and stuff. 2, 3 surgeries on his knees, whatever.
Wow.
So if you ain't never played fucking football, you don't understand that.
Right.
You just think the niggas is bad built or whatever and stuff like that.
Right.
But you ain't gonna run up on him.
You ain't gonna run up on him.
He paid or whatever stuff.
So 50 plus, looking like he'll put you out your misery.
You hear me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's funny in a sense, but at the same time too, whatever, because that's what we do. That's what we do as black people. We roast each other. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So I don't take it. I wouldn't take it.
Take it personal. You wouldn't.
But he is paid whatever because we before we we was talking, that
Let me.
wait a minute, hold on.
I got
I'm gonna make this point.
I got you.
That session that he did with Cat Williams, YouTube cut him a check for like $6-7 million off of 6 million, yeah, 6
Yeah,
million, 6
yeah.
million off that.
Yeah.
So you to me, you can laugh at me all you want to. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So
You know, when you get in the spotlight, I'm just like us. We gonna grow. I'm gonna be honest with you.
yeah, we gonna get the hate. We gonna get.
The reason I want to grow is because
Mhm.
we just want. First off, we talk all amongst each other, and we all have a lot of valid points. But once you get up there, once people start like who they, you know, like, these people probably gonna be like that now. It's people before you even get on this spotlight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how that's
You gotta expect that.
you got because if they ain't hating on you, ain't doing nothing. They
Come with the
don't
game.
know the game.
Yeah,
though.
come through this. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That you know, and that's you know that's really unfortunate to me how we is with that, how black folks it is with that, whatever. It's like when you see somebody doing something positive, whether you are because me, I have several people that's business owners and stuff, and they tell me how it is where as being business owner, they want a discount. People say, "Well, I ain't finna mess with them. I ain't finna pay their car note. I ain't finna pay their house note because I can guarantee you, if when this podcast get to where it's supposed to be, and they gonna be like, I ain't finna support them, whatever. I ain't finna pay for his Range Rover and whatever, because you just you put out there you got the Range Rover, whatever, the nice crib, whatever, and stuff like that. It astonishes me how black folks, whatever, envy and have so much jealousy to the point where they won't support each other, whatever, and stuff like that. But other cultures, Asians, Arabs, Mexicans, they understand how to keep the money within the culture to expand for everybody to make money. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look in the city of East St. Louis and Washington Park, when we was coming up, bro, you had mom and pop stores. You had black ownership or whatever and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
Something what I tell you exactly what happened. What happened was when the dope gang came and they flooded the city with drugs, it got so freaking bad that the business owners wanted to pass the business on to their kids, but their kids either didn't take an interest in the business or they got hooked on drugs to the point where the Arabs and the Asians came in and bought the business for a little bit of nothing.
Question is this.
Mhm.
Question. I'm gonna go with you, but I want to hear. I know you want to jump in on it. What you think about that topic about the go ahead.
I don't think that the families didn't want to give the business away, and I don't think kids take over the business. They just looked around at the city. If we be honest,
Mhm.
when they looked around at what they wasn't like. Okay, if you are of the other persuasion,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
If you're the other
You staying
persuasion,
on the show, right?
I'm just saying. If your pops passed on a business to you, and we're gonna say he passed on a business that was making $1 million a year, right? But when you get it, you made it flourish. The problem with black businesses during the time that we came up, you know what I'm saying? It was hard for them. It was hard for them to, especially in East St. Louis, pass on a business that was making any money. They basically just passed on a business that ain't really making a lot of money.
Let me say this.
Okay.
And I'm past that right because everyone's
Perspective.
listening, and I'm trying to connect the puzzles. First off, we always start from the root. East St. Louis 7 years ago. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay, so we
It was
so you
flourishing.
asked that question. Okay, I'm up.
Okay.
Thriving. Everybody work at East St. Louis. That's black.
Yeah.
Warehouses, taxi, yeah.
You know, but as we come up, man, I'm gonna tell you, and it goes deeper than that. It's all the blacks came from the South up here. They migrated.
It is.
Yeah.
They
You
do.
know, you migrate. So therefore, that's where the money. We always wanted to work. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So with that said, you three brothers all come from Texas up here to Illinois, and y'all working with each other, and then y'all blood brothers. And listen to me again.
Okay.
Y'all loved each other down there. Y'all came up here. They saw, dang, these some hustlers. They want to work. Boom, 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 boom. Now, Chanel, hey man, I want to open up this right here. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Mm,
Now you're not, and we have some smart black folks.
yeah.
We have some folks that we, like they say, we built this city.
Yeah.
You know, but now you got people looking at like, hold on, who these folks think that? And then you got to understand where they had the war. All the people that was from up here, all the white men went to the war. When they came back, all the jobs was taken up by
Right.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
who ain't gonna be mad. Now you come back and you ain't got no job.
Right.
So they ain't paying us what they was paying.
Right.
Exactly.
You see
Below
what I'm saying?
minimum wage.
So now we forming this snowball to figure out, okay, the race riots.
Mm-hmm.
That happened in East St. Louis too.
Mm-hmm.
How many folks got killed? See, one thing about East St. Louis is rich in history.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Very rich in
it
history.
is.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look like it look now, but East St. Louis is
Property.
real estate.
Real
Yeah,
estate.
because I had that. And it's funny you say it, bro. Because I
Yeah.
had that conversation with Smiley, whatever. Because Smiley is, of course, Smiley is at the house or whatever. And I was asking him. I say, well, damn. I say, how is growing up in East St. Louis and all these years in downtown St. Louis looks like it looks now it looks a lot better, but I know that it can look a whole lot better to the point where downtown St. Louis can actually look like Central West End,
They call it
Delmar
red
Loop
line.
or whatever, huh?
They red. Look, let me tell you something. I moved up here. You know what I'm saying? I just seen. I woke up yet the other morning. Hear me out with this. I woke up the other morning. What? It's an empty lot across the street from me.
Right.
I woke up this morning building a house.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Just so understand this.
Mm,
Reason it look like that is because they want it to look like that. Let me tell you something. I stock low, and I
They
said
say that stock high.
so. When the stock is low, and I'm talking about the property and stuff is low. I ain't got the money to just go. I mean, just purchasing up all property, purchase 35th Street over there.
right.
That's purchase. But
I know. Okay. So I get what you're saying. I get what.
Yeah.
when they command and conquer, when they divide up enough what they need,
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
gonna start building this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can't afford to live there.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they do.
Gentrification.
Yeah.
But it's reverse osmosis gentrification.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So I get what you. I get what.
That's why the city, man, that's a gold mine.
Yeah.
We still own property down there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm holding on.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, whatever. Because Smiley broke it down to me just like you had broke it down to me, whatever. They know the potential of East St. Louis and they know that it's prime property, whatever, and stuff like that. So what they'll do is you got rich white people, mafia guys, whatever, and stuff like that that been hanging on to that property down in East St. Louis, whatever, for so long, whatever, and they just wait. They'll just say, just let them tear it up. Go ahead.
I looked this up a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of property downtown East St. Louis, and I'm just looking. Guess the people that own it don't even stay here.
Right.
And it's
That-
usually
No,
that,
no.
and
Chicago.
right,
I mean,
and that's
yeah.
and that's usually
Oh.
how it goes, whatever. Because people understand, it's like they already have an up and understand the red, like you say, the red lines in certain communities, whatever, and they just own it and they just hold on to it and they just let it go dwindle and the price drop and they buy it or whatever, stuff like that, and they come right back. Because what has happened in East St. Louis and Washington Park, the people that had good jobs or have good jobs or whatever and stuff like that, they moved away from East St. Louis up here to O'Fallon in this area, up in Belleville and stuff like that, and they moved away from East St. Louis. But that's it. Go ahead.
What you say that? I'm gonna pass it on.
But they used to.
I know exactly because we had this conversation.
Okay.
They moved on, but here's the thing: I got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I got grandkids. You try to better your kids, you better yourself.
Yeah.
But I mentally am still in East St. Louis.
Mhm.
Until what we need to do, like Smiley, a bunch of brothers that really feel like this, he buy property.
Yeah.
It's in East St. Louis.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, get income tax. If everybody was
Yeah.
saying get income tax,
This is like what that's the same thing that
go get us some property. East St. Louis. We all now we four investors in this project.
right.
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 That's what
No.
and that's and I know I know Mike Epps on a whole nother level from us, whatever. But that's what he
But
did
he
with it.
started. He started
Yeah.
from the bottom, just like yeah.
He went back. He went.
That's what gets me. Everybody see you now. But what about when I was eating
Tuna and
Yeah,
pork and
right.
beans,
Yeah.
Because he just did. As a matter of fact, Mike Epps just did for.
Yeah.
Mike Epps just did a episode a stand up, but he was saying that it's crazy how when his friends they rather see him come around and be on dope because he said he was talking about he used to be on dope real bad and how they liked him when he was on dope or whatever and stuff because they can relate. But when he came back around and got off dope and he started doing better for himself, they was
They
like, "You
start.
booze."
Yeah, boo. Yeah. You hear that a lot after you make it, and they'll call you boozy.
Me and you
But
done had conversations and we didn't have and were to the point where Mario's like, I moved from East St. Louis to this is my second house in O'Fallon or whatever and stuff like that. And then but people will say Mario is bougie.
People don't see what Mario went over and fought for this country was a private. People don't see the Mario that used to give blood to get money for plasma.
a plasma unit.
They don't see that.
Yeah.
They just think your life was just peaches and cream or whatever and stuff like that or whatever.
Life is never peaches and cream. Go ahead.
People always look at the end result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at the
They don't
struggle.
look at the beginning and the middle. They
Yeah.
always look at the finished product.
I ain't finished. So you mad at me now?
Just yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he got 9 bedrooms and he ain't got but him and his wife and his dog. It's an investment, idiot.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But you won't go and holler at the Trump Hotel or the Hilton Hotel.
But another thing too, I want to point out there. I don't mean to cut you off. What I know is Ro, and I'm glad you said that. If you don't get out your elements and because it's people in East St. Louis ain't never been nowhere.
No way, but East St. Louis.
You remember when I was coming? Wait a minute. I remember when I was coming up as a kid on Sundays after church. We used to take drives up here.
Oh yeah.
And looking at mansions and this, that, and the third, whatever. So I didn't realize what my parents was doing at that time. But what they was doing, they was instilling in me whatever is that if you work hard and do this, whatever, you can have just as much as a white person as anybody.
Yeah.
But if they never done that and never showed me that there's a different part of life that you can get to, I would have never known no better.
Hey Chanel. And I'm like, before we get so far, I want to hear what he had to say about economics and coming up because we talked about this.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it, but and basically when in East St. Louis, you get a certain group of people, and it's like I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back, and they keep it within a certain circle, and they're not letting outsiders get in, and I think that can contribute to the price of the real estate going down, and they got the inside scoop, so they gonna scoop it up before I can scoop it up.
Now can I say this?
Yeah.
Now, is that like politics and things?
That's
like
City Hall.
Because for years,
politics.
wait a minute, bro. Because I heard for years, whatever the reason is like that because when you got dealing with politics in East St. Louis, and when you're dealing with people hiring their family members down City Hall, whatever, they know when grants come.
They know it. Yeah.
They know when this and that. You know what I'm saying? What property is available for this, that, and the third, and so they hold.
So they holding on, and they're not putting back in the inner city. And then, really,
Mhm.
A lot of them not educated in how to get the big money.
Okay.
They'll settle for the federal grants, 5 and 6 million here, when they can hit the county attorney up, rub elbows with him, and you can get $56 million. So go ahead.
I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
finish.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, so I ran this across some of my classmates. I went to school with the Robert Eastern,
Okay.
and I was trying to give them a game on how to tap into the big money,
Mhm.
and then most people down there in politics have the mentality, oh, we gonna get the 5 million and we gonna spend, and then we gonna put up 1 million in the city.
Yeah.
So
And you
why
know,
not have that same mentality to
Right.
get the 50
Small,
million?
small,
Yeah, so
small.
then you both, then the city will come
So
up and the politicians will come up.
so when you know that there's people that can give you 30 million versus 3 million.
Three,
let me say,
Wait. I'm going somewhere.
yeah,
Whatever. Is it the mere fact that they say, well, when we gave you the 5 million or 6 million, you excuse my language,
you fucked that up. But the difference is
Mhm.
one is coming from a federal grant and one is coming from a
What's the
from a
difference?
county.
I don't know the
let me
difference.
tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna give it right back to you.
Okay,
So if you came to me, federal government gave me $5 million. They said we don't care what you do with it. We don't even audit you.
hmm
Okay.
Okay. Oh shit, we can. You know what I'm saying? That's a loosely like amongst this group.
Is that a come up? Is that like a come up to?
A small group.
from a small group,
But
small thinkers.
when you release 80 million
Man.
$1 million grants that some of these cities are getting around.
Yeah.
And
Now you gotta keep
you got to keep an accounting, and so now you can't.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're gonna.
Okay.
you.
You gotta explain that shit.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yeah. So yeah.
That's
So
that's
pick
good
it
talking.
back off of that. So it's now the action is going to speak louder than the words when
Okay.
you get a larger amount of money, because
You
now
gotta own up to it.
right.
Because like about 2-3 months ago, it was something in the paper that they just went through something with HUD and stuff like that with a couple of employees, whatever, and stuff was paying they cousin, their
Mhm.
brother and stuff like that.
I just want to be.
But that's good. Y'all.
Yeah.
Like the city East St. Louis or anything. I'm just
Oh
bad.
no.
I'm just bashing some. I'm just
You just addressing something.
addressing some of the stuff because what makes you think they don't do that in O'Fallon, Fairview Heights, Hollywood?
That's true.
Right.
But they say, hey,
What's the difference with so what's the difference when in East St. Louis doing that and then O'Fallon because whether they get 5 million or whether they get 80 million, you see it.
You see it.
I don't see
You
it.
don't see it.
So explain that kind of to me if you can.
you don't see it because
I do see it because
You-
all the subdivisions, the restaurants, the roads. Oh,
up here.
Up
Yeah,
here,
up
up here,
here.
Fairview Heights, or Fairview.
Yeah, because they ain't playing in the same game.
Right. It's not the same game. They playing checkers while they playing chess up here. So it's not the same game. They're not tapping, because you know what I mean. What can $5 million do to a city? You get a
somebody gonna
couple
say
of
something.
streets, right? So it's not going to be it's not even enough. They just to
Get
make you
from
come back,
okay.
to make you. They gonna crumb you,
St. Louis, and they don't pay.
and they don't pay taxes.
Really?
The revenue should be going to the city.
I thought the revenue, some of the revenue
It
did go to the
does
city.
not.
No,
Not in East St.
It don't.
Louis.
They gave them a tax exemption for like how many
Are you
years?
serious?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't. They gave them
So
a tax break
how?
for like 20 plus, 30 something years. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of allowing Casino Queen to get her
Initially, probably on paper.
Yeah.
because
To
I thought the mere fact that the reason why the state of Illinois allowed the casino to come down here was that okay, we're gonna let you build this boat, but we gonna hit you with this whatever because we need some of the revenue that we know you're gonna get to
put back into
continue
the
to
city.
No,
Never.
they gave
No.
them a tax break for so many years. 'Cause I didn't see who signed it. That was I remember the mayor at that time, Gordon Bush.
Gordon Bush. And
Going Bush. Yep.
but Gordon Bush probably got
Yeah.
I don't know, but they're
Right.
if I know you got chickens and I know I can get them from you cheaper than that, you know what I'm saying?
He cuffing. He cuffing.
One more thing. What was the something about the basketball player?
You said
No bull.
yeah,
Oh, no
yeah.
No bull. So I haven't really did a lot of research. I'm gonna let y'all guys talk about that if you know anything about
Well,
it.
basically, what it is it's a tour that was put together with Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Luke Longley. They were going to shed some light on the Last Dance,
Okay.
on some issues that they felt like, supposedly Luke Longley had a problem with when Michael Jordan said, I think it was a game where Luke had 14 points. He said he started off in the first half, he had 14 points.
Mhm.
He said at the end of the game, that's all he had was 14 points. So he got mad at Michael about that. Horace got mad because Michael called him a snitch, said he was, you know, one going to the media talking about the Jordan rules and all that. And Scotty's issue was, how you gonna talk about me not wanting to go in the game when you weren't even here?
Right.
Out of all of that, that's the only thing I can say. Okay, with that, okay, I can see you have a problem with that, but I can't see you going on tour.
Right.
To talk about it.
Okay. So, like I said, I never listened to what you just said. They go on tour because they want money.
For money, though, out of it.
But that's the thing, whatever, because that's what one of the guys said. That's the reason, one of the reasons why they going on tour, because they hurting for money. Because if you already got one, that ain't something that you would even do, because you're going to go on the merit and the strength that, hey, we one of the best teams in.
Let me say this.
No, go ahead.
Horace Grant. What?
Yeah,
It's Scotty.
That's y'all. I'm the filmmaker billionaire. I'm making ponds.
Yeah.
You got a story. You got a story. You got a story. Let's hear the story from your view. What's wrong with that? So, The Last Dance was told basically from Michael Jordan's point of view,
Right.
or storyteller. So I would go see it because I would love to see just me basketball. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that's when basketball was real to me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We talked about that. I don't think
Yeah.
basketball is real now, but I will go see that. I'm done. But that
I don't think me personally, whatever and stuff like that, that ain't something that whatever that I'll be trying to really go see and stuff like that, because it's, to me, it's corny. It's corny to me, whatever. Y'all some clowns. You know what I'm saying? Pippen, Lonely, and Horace Grant or whatever stuff like that. Huh?
Who dating Pippen's wife?
That's
Michael Jordan's son.
So
I want to go see that.
right.
See what I'm talking
Well,
about.
see, that's the thing. They're gonna turn around and they're gonna so-called go on tour, but when I guarantee you, when they come to the States, you get in the business, because they ain't gonna be wanting to ask you no question about the game. They gonna want to be asking you questions like, "Why you doing this? You just mad because your wife, your you know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan's son, Jordan's son, whatever. Question your wife. That's what they're gonna be talking about."
Is this and in today's social media, we gonna move over to something else.
Okay.
But a lot of things is who cares? They don't.
That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
They a little bank. They gonna take a bag home. You know, it's buzzing. Like some people be like, man, they just telling for Michael Jordan, but Pippen said this. That's who.
Soon as Pippen said something, soon as Pippen a year or two, whatever, start talking about bad about Mike, people like don't even want to hear nothing from Pippen, whatever, and stuff like that. On top of his wife, Gucci Man, questioning his wife in slippers, whatever. They ain't really trying to hear nothing about what that man said or whatever. Because my thing about it is, you played with the GOAT and one of the best teammates that you could possibly ride that out. I would ride that out.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Lonzo,
What's up?
what was the most important thing this week that popped in your brain that happened? It ain't got to be the news or anything. Just like
one of the most important things that I think that popped in my mind.
Yeah, something that you remember. Not that it got to be important, but that you remember.
They was dealing with the presidential race.
Okay.
When I think you had Donald Trump who was trolling Biden. And I thought it was kind of interesting, but the funny thing is here it is, we're in the middle of a presidential race.
Right.
How many we all probably the same age, right? Can you think back and tell me of any time you've ever heard of the president or a person who was running for president who got multiple ex-wives,
Okay.
bunch of kids,
Okay.
and got a couple of felonies? Sound like a movie, though.
Mhm. But it is a it is in
He wasn't for president.
But he's already been our president, though.
My point is this:
So
if it was the guy that was in before him,
You talking about Obama?
no, I'm talking about
but
yeah, Obama. Yeah, thank you for telling me that. We wouldn't even have that conversation.
okay, and I'm glad you brought that point up. So,
it's a reason why we wouldn't have that conversation.
Why would that be, Tom?
Yeah, I'm a piggyback off of that. It's because I don't know. A lot of people don't know is that Obama do have that kind of history, but when he won, his press secretary in Obama administration told the media,
Don't ask those.
y'all can't ask those
questions.
hard questions.
Yeah.
Y'all can't report on that.
Yeah.
See, because when Obama first came out, the birth certificate issue was a big issue because you have to be a natural born citizen to be president.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's not. He presented a fake birth certificate. And I know that for a fact because I'm proficient in Photoshop.
Right.
So the birth certificate that he presented, you can put it on Photoshop and it breaks down and it can tell you what's
this
real
real
and what's
authentic?
not. It was a fake because the time that he was born, where he said he was born, on the birth certificate, it would have it had Negro. But the
Really?
birth certificate that he presented had African. So right off the rip, just looking at it, it was fake.
Okay.
I didn't
You
know
know? Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know
And
I remember hearing about that.
so he had the so-called scandals.
Right.
You know, when Trump said that his administration spied on my
Fact.
campaign, that's a
Fact.
fact.
Okay.
But it took, and the reason why is because the liberal Democratic media is controlled by the Democrats, and most liberals they got the most money on the planet. So with liberalism was a tool that they say, okay, we're gonna use liberalism to program the people
Okay.
or to get people to think a certain way because most of us was born conservative by nature. When you we grew up in the churches.
Yeah.
Okay, then you go off to college and then boom, liberalism is presented to you, and then you in college.
Yeah.
You know, and so now you don't know what you are, but you eventually come back when you start getting our age, and you be like, man.
Because when I was coming up and stuff like that, you know, every black person was Democrat. It's Democrat.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, whatever,
No.
I'm straight Republican.
Yeah, and
I
black
understand.
people used to be Republican.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so black man the Republican Party doing in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
that's what kicked off and said
yeah, even
everything.
look at this. Look, I'm finna show you how black people are. Martin Luther King Jr. he was a doggone Republican.
Yeah.
Wow.
But his wife and his kids, they became Democrat. They turned their back on really his vision.
Okay.
You know, and most black people are literally like that, but they don't. It's more money, and the levers of control is controlled by the liberals.
Yeah. Let me say something. Far as the like right now, we all about the same age, and I 2 years ago when Trump, I didn't vote for Trump the first time. But real talk, I did. I was on the edge.
Why you didn't vote for him, bro? At the time. Because I know it's different now. We was talking about that.
I didn't vote for him because I said, wow. The whole family taught me Democrat the whole my life.
Not so.
Because when you really sit down, instead of my dad was a Democrat, so I'm a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that traditional.
You know when it really hit me?
What's that?
When it hit my
Take
problem.
money
I
out.
know that's right.
Right.
We was just talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
I'm 4 years ago, coming on 4 years ago, COVID came out.
Right.
For one of the number one railroads in the United States, probably the number one railroad in the United States. They told me if I wouldn't take the jabby jab, that
Right.
I was going to lose my job.
Right.
Yeah, I remember.
This company 15 plus years, you know, 10 to 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So the time I didn't gave you all, just because I didn't take something that I didn't want to put in my body, you're going to fire me. The Democrats at that time
Mhm.
was
They was allowing it.
Okay.
So I got to thinking, and I said, damn, I don't need to vote for my country. You know what I'm saying? Did all this. Now, that just goes to show you, I don't want no handouts.
Right.
I tell my kids, if somebody give you something free, run.
Mhm.
Take it.
Right. Because it's something behind it.
Right.
Ain't nothing free.
See, with the Democrats, man, I've been on welfare one time. It was for probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks in my life, and I was in the military. I got food stamps one time out of my whole time I've been living. And yeah, it fed my family. I couldn't do the stuff with my family. I can feed you. Why? I put a roof over your head and feed you.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than life than putting a roof over your head and feed you. I enjoy life with my family. And I just felt like and I just felt like the Democrats now, they are always trying to give you handouts.
Right.
Yeah.
Always, okay, we're gonna give you this to shut you up.
Right.
But they don't let that person know that you ain't came on the other side of the life like that over here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the time. This is the freedom is when you are willing to just be free, not listen, have your own thoughts, not let the media.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell you a prime example. And I should look at MSNBC.
Who?
MSNBC.
CNN all my
CNN.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, they was programming me and all
Yes.
stuff like that. So now, if I look at News India, I look at Fox News, I look at Independent News.
But so let me ask you
Fox
this.
is
How do you determine fake news from real news?
Let me say that.
That's the case.
One thing
Because
that I can say about Fox News, you cover everything.
yeah, but they bought and paid for also.
Yeah. They all paid for.
They try to be fair and
They-
balanced.
Right.
But it can be something that's against the Democrats that really like say the Biden son.
Yeah.
You go on MSNBC,
You don't talk about
They won't talk about it. No coverage.
right. Right. Okay.
with my intelligence, like I say, I'm neither here or there. I'm going for my family and all that.
Right.
Like, damn, at least try to look like you're balanced. At least try. They are all the way.
All the way in.
Okay.
But here's my problem with the Republican Party. It's not, and this is what some people have with the Republican Party, is that we get it. We understand. You know, everybody, you know, is making money. Everybody is doing their thing. But the problem I have with the Republican Party is this: they don't find nobody that you say, that's the one, that's the guy, or that's the woman. Like, what I mean by that, like, when, okay, I thought when Jeb Bush was running for president, I was like, damn, he articulate, politician. He's well versed in foreign affairs, and he does this. I was like, okay. I'm looking at his, you checking his resume out. You looking like, okay,
Right.
this is the dude. But it's like they don't want that.
Who is they?
When I say they, it doesn't seem as if the Republican Party wants that. Because when I saw Donald Trump get in, at first I was like, okay, he gave them something different. But then when I started hearing them talk a little bit more, I was like,
some polishing up.
Ain't no polishing. He need
What do you mean by polishing up?
He need cleaning real good.
Some of the stuff, the way he was like, I didn't like when he went against people that had died in the wars and all. He was
No. That wasn't. He didn't say that. you listen to some insert and sound bites that CNN,
Does.
MSNBC
Right.
put together.
Yeah.
Now understand this about let me address that
Okay.
issue about the Republican Party.
Mhm.
Right.
Now, okay, you can be a Republican and you can be a Democrat, but if your ideology is globalism, which
Right.
veers off into socialism, fascism, and communism
Okay.
and Marxism,
Right.
then you one in the same. See, Bush's they were globalists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Carter was a globalist. Obama is a globalist. They on the same team. Clinton globalist.
Mm-hmm.
Trump America first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the reason why Reagan American first.
Mm.
See, make America great again is not the first slogan. Reagan coined that, and they then coined that slogan, "Make
Mhm.
America Great Again." It's because an American citizen
Mm-hmm.
and a United States citizen is not the same.
Okay.
Okay, we are born American in this country,
Right.
but at the hospital, when you take your certificate of live birth, your parents unwittingly gave it to the hospital and they created a birth certificate and they made you a United States citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so United States citizens are subject to slavery in all shape, forms, and fashion.
Okay.
Okay, you paying your taxes. United States used to do tariffs on other countries. That would funded the government. Now your taxes allegedly fund the government, but it really don't because with the Brady bill, when Ronald Reagan was president,
Mm-hmm.
his House Speaker was talking to somebody like me, like us, and the question was, where do the taxes go?
Mhm.
So after Reagan, his House Speaker spoke to Reagan on the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Reagan was like, "Wow, 100% of our taxes is paid toward the national deficit."
Mm-hmm.
But in school, we are taught that it pays for the schools, bridges, roads.
Which it didn't.
It don't
Which it
at
didn't.
all.
Yeah.
So
It-
Reagan got a shot for that.
Mm-hmm.
So when Trump is waking you up by saying you're an American, make America great, versus a United States citizen,
Mm-hmm.
that's the game. So he's going against his bloodline.
He's going.
He was born into the bloodline.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Obama
Yeah.
born and
To do the
Kennedy
blood.
born, but when you go against it, they put all they go to
Right.
all hands on deck.
Right.
We got to make him a racist.
Okay.
We got to make him a fascist.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So for people that don't know whatever, can you kind of elaborate on when you say bloodline when it deals with politics
With-
and picking
Right.
okay,
Bloodline-
your
Break that down.
Bloodlines is his 13 powerful families that runs the world.
Right.
Right.
Is that what they call the
It-
Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers?
Rockefellers, the Rothschilds,
Right
and
there.
so
Now, and now, oh, that is that
they
the
people
Illuminati type?
yes,
Whatever
yes.
that people with so many years don't exist.
Right, right. It does exist
It
because
does, yeah.
they speak through the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's back to the bloodlines. I'm gonna get
Mhm.
back to that.
Okay.
The Phoenicians. So now, when Trump went against the bloodlines,
Okay.
he's
He
taking,
erupted.
he's changing the old guard, and he's putting the power back into the people.
Right. That's a problem.
And that's a problem now. Yeah, that's a
That-
problem now. So,
Okay.
Because I'm assuming the people that did the bloodline, started the bloodline, they did that for a particular reason. I'm assuming they did that to
power,
protect their power, the legacy, and
to
this, that,
steal
and that.
power,
And to
to
keep
steal energy,
all that.
because they know about the Kabbalion. Okay, they know about natural law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they know about
So how
to manifest things.
So how important is, now that you explain what the bloodline and the families is, how important is the bloodline to the beneficial or the people that created it?
It's very important because of their legacy, and it is really power. So, for example, if you're a trillionaire,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you're a multi-trillionaire,
Mm-hmm.
what is another $1 billion gonna do for you?
Right.
So when you control the politicians and you control the policies of the world,
Mhm.
you know, it's more than just money.
Right.
So now we going deeper
Deeper than
into
that.
the spiritual aspect
Right.
of
Now
it.
we're going down.
So with
Right.
so with that
Yeah,
being said, for
rabbit
people
hole.
that don't understand, and I'm glad you touched on it, whatever. So maybe it would kind of open people's eyes or something. When people say the president of the United States, the president of the United States, from what you saying and from what I gathered, don't control too much of nothing. He's like you say, a pawn, a person in place just to have an image.
They were selected.
Mm.
Trump was the anomaly. He was the anomaly because he actually lost. He actually lost the popular
Mhm,
by 3 million,
mhm.
and Hillary won by 3 million. But at the same time, you had 3 million illegal aliens in.
Okay.
And what they doing? They the same playbook right now. The
Mm.
border is open,
Yeah.
and those votes or that paperwork, not votes, but those ballots
Mm.
is going to go to Biden.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so the changing of the old guard, Trump has to cater to the working middle class
Because that's where his,
because the
that's
grassroots it starts at the root and build up. So now, black people waking up, Hispanic people waking up, like, man, this, and then, like I said, they talk through quotes, and Trump does a lot of trolling. He thought he knows gematria. I mentioned gematria to you last week.
okay.
He knows gematria because that's how they operate.
69.
The 93 Colt 93 wins the world. So I asked a lot of
Because
Christians.
I remember you saying,
Yeah.
I remember you enlightened me on that
Yeah.
last week. So can you just briefly kind of
Okay,
touch
here-
on the 90?
okay,
To-
okay. I'm gonna show you.
Dummy it down.
I'm finna
So
dummy it
people-
down. I'm
Right,
finna
okay.
dummy it down. Okay. We're gonna use LeBron James because he's a boule.
Who?
He's a boule.
Okay.
He got
Oh
a
yeah.
big tattoo right there. He's boule. Then he's the chosen one. That in gematria it means something. So
Right.
LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami.
Yeah.
Okay. When LeBron came into the league, what number did he have on?
Yeah.
He had a 23.
Yeah.
So he said, out of respect for Michael Jordan, this is the narrative. Out of respect
So
for Michael
passing
Jordan,
it down. Pass.
he's going to wear number 6 when he went to Miami.
Yeah.
Where did 6 come from?
2 times 3 is 6. Then the number of man 666. All this finna tie in.
Okay.
With a 6. So
Okay.
so in sports, and you're gonna have all sports is rigged
All sports.
from college to pro. It's all
That won't
rigged.
make you say that. I
I'm
know
finna
it is.
I'm finna show
Okay.
you. I'm finna hit you with the LeBron.
Okay.
With the number 6. So he go to Miami to wear number 6. So in Miami, he went to 5 straight NBA finals.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When he left and went back to Cleveland, he went to 6 straight.
Mm-hmm.
So that matched the number 6. The media kept saying, "Oh, he's the first player to hit 6 straight finals since who?"
Jordan.
No, 6 straight finals. Mike took 2 years off.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Who was it?
I don't know who they.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
What number did Bill Russell wear?
13.
You sure? Didn't he wear number 6?
I'll check.
Hold on.
Bill Russell.
Let me make sure.
Make sure.
Okay, because I want.
He went to 13 championships. I think Bill Russell won, but Bill Russell.
What number did Bill Russell wear? 6.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he went to 13 straight. So
Yeah.
he's the first player since Bill Russell to go to 6 straight finals.
How's-
Bill Russell was the last one,
Right.
and he wore number 6.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so right there, just that right there script was written for LeBron James.
How significant is that? How significant is that in today's time?
Today's time. This was 2000, and it was in 2016.
Check this out. Hold on.
Mm.
Bill, Kobe was wearing 23. I just want to keep
Kobe was wearing 8.
20
Yeah.
when he played for
24.
24.
when he was playing for
Yeah.
But he started with 8.
okay.
Yeah.
He went to
24.
24.
24
Right.
Yes, that's 8.
when he was playing with who?
No, he played with the Lakers his whole career.
Who?
Kobe. You said Kobe.
Not Kobe. I mean
LeBron. LeBron,
Okay.
23 right now.
He wore 23.
23.
Went to Miami. No,
Oh
you
no,
know, six.
six.
That's what I'm saying. He wore number 6 to carry out a ritual, and that ritual was finished after he went back to Cleveland for his 6th straight final.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and the last person to do that was Bill Russell, who wore number 6.
Okay. Okay.
LeBron James scored. LeBron James broke the record to 38,000 at the age of 38,
Well, that's correct.
and he scored 38 to break the record.
Okay.
So is that so? So Tone. So is that why? So
On the 38th day of his,
Mhm.
on the 38, okay, the 38, he was 30. He had a birthday, and it was 38 days after his birthday.
Wow. Okay. So with that being said, so is that why when it comes down to LeBron James, everything's is orchestrated to the point where he may play this game.
Exactly.
Or-
That's why.
because
Remember what I said last
okay.
week when I said they don't be any fake injuries
you know when
to
it
see it off and say, "Well, I'm gonna score this against this team," and then
And because what happens is, to me, because what happens is people. I don't know if Anthony Davis, do he not understand that? Because it's
you
like,
understand.
because every time LeBron James goes for these records, whatever, the Lakers end up losing.
It ain't about winning and losing. It's about carrying out a ritual, and
Okay,
it's the end result is how much money. Because honestly, when I started looking into this stuff,
Mhm. Because
and,
people,
and like Jay-Z, for example,
right, because everything that you saying, whatever, I understand and it makes sense to me
Mhm.
because I'm looking past of what media want me
Right,
to
they
the perception or whatever.
exactly. And
So, but when I would say something, and when you're saying this, that when people
you
that
have
don't understand it,
that moment.
they like, oh man, that's some conspiracy theory,
and
whatever,
yeah,
stuff like that, whatever. But when I got to a point where I realized what I see on TV ain't really what it was,
it's not.
it's just like you say, I had a aha moment, and like a
Bill,
bill,
yeah, right. The
just
Bills
whatever.
ringing, the hair stand up on the
Yeah,
Tiffany's,
yeah.
you know, and so yeah. But the conspiracy theory
Mm,
was created by the CIA in 1951
okay.
to keep people off balance.
Right.
You know, so like yeah, I
And
mean,
you can't. And the thing about when you say I'm balanced, it's common to me. It's common sense because if you can't see shit that ain't unbalanced, something
is wrong.
wrong.
And,
Yeah.
and so our weakness as a race, black
Mm.
people, it's our strength and our weakness. We soulful and we emotional.
Mm.
We passionate about
Hey, do anybody
a lot
want
of
to
things.
eat? I mean, we can eat on the set.
You ordered pizza, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
I'm
what
sorry,
you
yeah.
talking about?
So
See,
the
this is only at Center Court Lounge, y'all.
Right. Well, like
the
the
people
drink
they-
champs can drink on YouTube, whatever. Too. Yeah.
yeah, so
yourself
the
at home.
levers are being controlled. They use that to their advantage.
Yeah, no ginger beer.
The
Yeah, ginger ale.
ginger ale.
That'll work.
You give me a Hennessy,
Hennessy.
Yeah,
You didn't have Hennessy, did you?
I didn't. I had the Stella Rose, whatever. But I have to finish in my bad.
So one of the sayings in the truth community
Mhm.
is not how you see things, it's how you see through things.
That's right.
Mm.
So you see it through the illusion
Hmm.
or the narrative that a lot of I believe that a lot of these NBA players, like were created probably in a test tube.
You think so?
LeBron mom says she don't know who LeBron dad is, but it's evidence that it was Nate Thurman.
Wow.
And then Nate Thurman, he
Is
played
that allegedly or that's
That's-
disclaimer?
allegedly. This is
Nate Thurman. I'm like,
Really?
that's real.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard this.
I know.
That's the
And
first time I heard that.
Nate Thurman, he hooped. So they
Because
got the same forehead.
it's the same. You say it because she said she don't know what a dad is.
I know.
Correct me if I'm wrong. With the science, how things is, can't they? They can find out who his dad is.
They know. They know.
Yeah.
They know. That hospital in Akron,
Not know.
that
As a woman,
as a woman,
how you not know?
let she was sleep and they artificial
I
insemination.
mean, you see on Maury Povich, you know, a chick that
you
you're
adopt the
not
father.
the father.
You know who she?
Yeah.
Help me, some of them.
Yeah, but allegedly it's Nate Thurman, and allegedly Nate Thurman had donated a lot of this sperm to the Akron hospital, and a lot of NBA
We was
players.
talking about that.
Yeah,
we-
they are
see,
created.
see, Mario.
Yeah, so
That's what we was talking about, whatever stuff. Because not to totally jump off the subject, whatever. But before you saying Nate donated his sperm
yes,
to this and that, and
yeah.
we was,
Before that, you were saying
before I was saying that, I was saying that I don't understand how these young NBA players deal with these chicks, whatever, or OnlyFans and this, that, and the third.
But you still got a kid though.
And
And then you still got a kid,
right.
even though.
Since we talking about sports politics, we going. I mean, and I like it because you keep everything
moving.
What do you think about like some of these guys that beat these women, like these, especially black men? I'm gonna say that they'll go out, they get handpicked female. They call them what they call them. They're handlers.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You say you're a basketball player, Chanel. You're in the city. And my thing was always this: what? It's just me, somebody that know me from when I didn't have the money, when I didn't have the fame. It's a lot of beautiful women from where I don't care what you say. It's beautiful women everywhere.
That's
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I want somebody to be there when I was broke, when I was talking about I was giving plasma. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking?
Yeah.
Are you talking about for us a young NBA player? Or are you talking about NBA period?
Any celebrity, anybody that came from from the ground up.
From the ground.
But again, it goes back to what I was talking about. It's handlers, and then that's really deep. A lot of them sign NDAs, and a lot of them get YouTube.
Huh? What's up?
But
UK Ultra.
but watch this.
That's an old programming from that the CIA created to control certain individuals to think and act
What was
and talk
what was
a certain way.
the young black actor that was coming up?
And Kanye mentioned this when he said we all got handlers.
Oh yeah,
That's what that meant.
That's what that meant.
Okay.
He said Beyonce,
Yeah,
and this one handler, his name is Harvey Pasternak. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. He's a Canadian. He was Canadian Special Forces Division. And he said that we got so many type of drugs that it's undetectable that we can put in your body to make your brain act a certain way.
Kanye West told us that.
He told us that. And so they with the Kardashians, we gonna be Kim go through Reggie Bush, and they were handlers of these individuals. You know,
why they only going after black? Why they don't go after white athletes or Mexican athletes?
if they do, Judge,
What I'm just
dude,
saying.
it's just not as you have to broaden your horizon. You have to leave East St. Louis, and it's a lot of us don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was fortunate enough growing up. My mom had us into martial arts, so I got to see the country. I got to see the world fighting in martial arts and just seeing. But yes, if you playing sports, if you're a celebrity, you're not just black. They're you know what I'm saying. So they have the same type of handlers. The Kardashians, they're not black, but they even have it. Their mom was their handler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm gonna piggyback off the question that you asked Zoe.
Okay.
Is you asked him this week what was the most
There's something.
so the most profound, and it's gonna tie into everything we talked about right now.
Mm-hmm.
When Cat Williams went on
Club Shay Shay?
no, not Club Shay Shay, the other podcast with what's the MMA guy?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. When he went on Joe Rogan, the most profound thing that he said and he ahead of the game. He's very spiritual. Cat Williams is very spiritual.
Cat Williams, yeah.
Very
Yeah,
spiritual.
yeah.
Very spiritual.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he said that when he saw that most of the people that's in celebrity, they was worshiping Baphomet. So
who's Baphomet?
Baphomet is the transgender deity. The Satan, the Christians call him Satan, where he's sitting cross-legged and he got the sign up, but he has breasts. He's a man. The goat.
I've seen that.
That's so that's Baphomet.
Okay.
So he said when that was introduced to people was trying to get him into that, and he's like, look, when we grew up in a church, we were considered sheep. Jesus, because the sheep is always a comparison, the sheep and a shepherd. But now this Baphomet, the transgender was introduced. So that's where the word, and it's common in our community, the goat.
Really?
He's like, and so when I heard him say that, I'm like, oh, he's awake. Boom, that was the most profound.
Cat Williams, right?
Cat Williams said, it wasn't a surprise to me when we start associating basketball players, boxers, football players with the GOAT, because the GOAT is Baphomet.
Okay.
He said that's so. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that was so deep. It was it just. I was like, yeah.
Now that you put
And so now you
now that you putting that
It-
out there, whatever and stuff like that, and because
it creates confusion. It creates dissent. The GOAT, LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, the Floyd Mayweather,
Right.
but and then you're gonna say, well, it's different eras, but no, my eye test tell me skill wise who's better.
Yep.
Putting the ball skill wise, who's better?
Because my thing about that with that is in the comparison. If they say, if majority of the people in the era that we seen Michael Jordan, because I seen Michael Jordan, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen Michael Jordan play, is he's a GOAT. And then they say come right back and say the closest thing to the GOAT is Kobe. How in the hell is LeBron James? God, James again, bro. I don't understand
Right.
that. If Kobe, if Kobe is the second coming to Michael Jordan, how is LeBron James is gonna be the GOAT? Explain it to me if you can.
Okay.
That's
So we see with our own eyes. So when you take that factor,
So are you saying since it's, but that don't relinquish his records, what he did or whatever? It takes him out the equation to the point where the talking, because they don't even talk about that. They don't even talk about Kobe numbers, his analytics.
Kobe was getting ready to expose
yes, the NBA
And the
pharmaceutical
pharmaceutical thing with Kobe. What was that?
Kobe is a black mamba. So the pharmaceutical Kobe had trademarked and copyrighting his brand.
Okay.
So the big pharmaceutical, they was promoting a drug that's what called the Black Mamba.
Okay,
so they kept him tied up in litigation and everything.
So is that like when it comes down to Michael Jordan, it's precise to the point where you ain't finna make no money off my name, my brand, or whatever, and stuff like that. So that same thing, whatever,
same exact thing.
Yeah. Center Court Lounge. No fatheads. Don't have it.
Really?
Kobe on fathead.
Kobe got blackballed.
His wife took his. She wasn't gonna let them make money off of him while he's
not here. But but he still he got blackballed when the Colorado case.
Yeah.
And that's and
there again.
Yeah.
What I noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes down to a celebrity, a black celebrity, or a black athlete, when it all says and done, and the lead is made their money, or the production of a celebrity of the company, whatever stuff like that, when they done making all the money and you ain't hitting no more, seems like the handlers, that they put in place comes right back, whatever, and put them in a scandal to the point that all the money that they made
Yeah, when
is
you can't
gone.
do that, when you trying to break away, I believe Kobe was trying to break away. I think he was trying to break away because when you get in and you sign blood in, blood out,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
so death is like the only way out, or you can fake your death to get out, or you can, you know,
Father, mother.
yeah. So a lot of the sacrifice when Kanye was saying
Yeah.
that stuff real.
Yeah.
No, look,
Dave Chappelle said,
yes,
you know,
that's why he got blackballed. Cat Williams saying it. Bernie Mac, Danny
Right.
Mo.
So with
we take those.
so why is it why is it now that people are starting to understand it and versus because that it ain't like Monique.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Monique been
He been saying it.
and what's the black low hair chick that always exposing Jay-Z and
Yeah. She
Jaguar right.
Jaguar, yeah,
whatever and
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah. She still she back when Cat Williams came. That she so she been I guess like a lot of the podcasts I listen to. She's been actually a guest on some of them.
Mm-hmm.
You I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna show you how the media is. I'm gonna show you how like this is media because when we upload this to
We the new media. We the new media. Independence is the new media.
they don't like what we saying on here, they'll chop this out, boy. You won't
Right. That's why. And right. That's what you did. Yeah. Because they
They-
controlled by the same people. So that's why I got to
So
be
if that happens,
careful
what if I don't
not to
know?
go.
So if that happens, whatever, because I don't know. So if that happens, there ain't nothing you can. Ain't nothing.
They'll strike you. They get strike, and that's why you
was crazy. She's on
conspiracy theorists
something
or something.
She she want money. It's just like, and I try to bring everything back down to our level where we at.
Hmm.
I went out last night. I'm only gone from my house an hour, celebrating the podcast that just got uploaded. And you know how you just get around folks and you don't
The energy they want to see you fail.
the same energy. Nobody's
Really?
Yeah.
went to the Denise's last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just I came back and told my husband about 10:30. I'm like, man, the stuff blowing up, everything. I'm like, it's not. Sometimes sometimes you ain't gotta separate yourself. Your subconscious gonna separate from a lot of your subconscious.
Yeah.
You know how Charlie Brown be hearing wah 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 wah.
That's what you was hearing.
Yeah, bro, Mario, that's amazing that you said that because
You're immune to bullshit.
right,
Mhm.
and that's funny that you said that, Mario, because that happened to me like I don't know where I was at and what happened, whatever, about 15 years ago, where I took a whole year off and I didn't watch TV. I didn't watch. I didn't watch social media, and I just read books, and I just fed into the Moorish Science
More science
Temple
temple.
and stuff like that, and Doctor
Ma-
Ali and stuff like that, Malcolm X or whatever, stuff like that.
40 pounds.
All that, bro, whatever. So when I went back into the regular realm of living and whatever stuff like that, it was like that. It was like that. It's like you when somebody's saying something to you, it's like you just said, whatever stuff like it don't do nothing for you, whatever stuff like that.
This last week with Tony and Chanel Alonzo, when COVID, I'm gonna bring it back. When COVID was going on heavily, I was working in Texas.
Mm.
When I went to Texas, a lot of folks weren't wearing masks. They wasn't doing a lot of this stuff.
The earthly state.
People be like, you gotta get a mask. And I'm like, damn, a mask? Because it's like I was in two different worlds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They was fine. You didn't have to wear no mask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A few places did, but the majority, the statewide, they wasn't really feeling, okay, it is what it is. You know, one thing you know what about it is, got to thinking, that's Republican state, it's a Democratic state.
Right. Most of the Republican states was not.
You can't go over to you can't do what you do in your house with your mom and dad when you was little, but you can go over to your friend's house and you be like, man, y'all got it made because I can't do this. You know, mentality that brings us to like That's what I say. You got to step outside of who you are. Sometimes you got to go out there and like meet a Republican and see. You know, if you can't sit there and talk to a man as a man,
Yeah.
regardless of what your beliefs are,
Yeah.
you know how you believe, because at the end of the day, you still got to communicate, or you'll see a person be like, man, I don't fuck with him.
Right.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
what I was talking
That's
about
mine.
the being soulful and emotional and passionate about something.
Mm.
It's certain triggers that your enemy knows, or how he can trigger you. Don't want to have those conversations. In work, it's taboo to talk about religion and politics.
Mhm.
I don't talk. It's because emotionally we don't know how to control that because we was taught that it was taboo. So
Okay.
our main response is gonna be reactive.
They call it blocking yourself into a circle. Like if
Right.
I can't get nowhere because I'm like, damn, here.
Yeah, you're in that box.
Right.
I want to be in the box. I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to step outside the box.
Right.
And go talk to Tony. Go there and talk
Right.
to people.
Mhm.
You have somebody back home.
And see those type of people, whatever, I like being around. I don't like being confined to a box, one dimensional thinking, whatever, because to me, when I do that, I'm putting myself as a disservice, whatever, because I can't grow and I'm limiting myself, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with what you're saying,
Right.
but I would love to hear your whatever, because it just might change something, my train of thought of how I was thinking, whatever.
So
Opinions can always be changed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna
You know.
So with that being said, I'm just gonna go on the churches.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna go on the churches whole thing of it. It's a church. It's certain churches I go to. I'll be like, man, you know, it's certain churches I go to, and I'll be like, why this church? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But the thing is this, because when you get so closed and boxed in, I always wonder why churches don't talk. I went to one church where they was talking about what you put in your body, your temple.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He was going to the Bible and
Yeah, right.
churches. Sister got high blood pressure. Let's pray for her. And we gonna go downstairs and eat this big old vegetable.
Right.
No, we're not. We're gonna eat salads today. This week, if you want to be a part of cleansing your body, these are the words we gonna go off of. It's just, man.
Well, and I know you know,
Mm.
when it comes down to churches, whatever, explain what is it, 501c3?
501c3.
Explain to people when it comes down to religion and churches within the city, whatever, why is it like that? Why, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't know. People don't
pick you up, but let me tell you why. 501c, right?
Yeah.
501c3.
Tell people what 501c3 is.
Take this. Just like you was talking about East St. Louis, it's certain money you take.
Right.
The money they take, they can kind of do what they want. They can move. Now, if you get with that 501c and you in a church and you going off that and you getting paid and you ain't got no taxes, now you can only preach a certain way.
Exactly.
Because you're controlled by the state.
You control
it's an
by
outline.
Yeah.
It's a blueprint.
Right. You control.
It's like you go to work. It's like when you go to work and you get with a company.
Yeah.
This
is a guideline. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So for people out there, y'all have to understand that the churches that's within the city, the urban cities in the hood, whatever, are controlled by the state.
All of them.
So all of them.
There's no separation of church and state because they accept that 501c3.
Exactly, whatever. So what that means is that's why when people like us, whatever, that don't have a problem with gays, lesbian, whatever, this, that, and the third, whatever. That's why, whatever, when we understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you be like, you go to church, whatever, you see. And it is what it is. You see, come on, man, come on now.
I have no problem. I'm speaking for myself. I know people that and whatever you want to call yourself, LGBTQ, all that. And I respect you just like I respect you if you was a Republican. Long as you respect my boundaries, you know what I do.
Yeah.
As long as you don't influence, like I'm still tell my grandson, you a man. That's you go into the men's bathroom.
Yes.
But
right.
Then you got
say, no, but you're not gonna make me feel uncomfortable Because
Right, so
Yes.
because you know what? Check it out. We put batteries in all these cameras and lights. It's a positive and a negative.
Right.
that's right.
There's nothing.
You can't
come home with two negatives.
with
Right.
negative.
Two positives.
Okay,
Right.
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 Common sense. Common sense.
It's
But
like,
who's at fault?
Cause I'm like, okay, so
Who's at fault?
so if I'm sitting in church and I'm reading my Bible and I'm reading like verbatim God's word and what He think, and then I'm saying everything up under the sun in the church. I'm like, something ain't this don't freaking go together.
Right.
But when I understood the 501c3 whatever, I said,
There it goes. There it goes.
reason why
that's my heels.
and okay, so
And then,
hey,
yeah,
bro, what you think about what the scandal and the thing with
with
TD
TD
Jakes and whatever and Puff Diddy?
yeah. So
Right.
I know. So
You
yeah,
gotta get to
get real, yeah. So yeah,
he did out that one pastor, Gene. Pastor Gene.
yeah.
Jennings.
Jennings ain't trying to hear it though.
Yeah.
Jennings going hard. Straight.
Gene's church and all of these saints are disciples and vice lords.
Latter-day.
Okay, so here's my thing. It's my thing with TD Jakes and right. So here's my questions I have for people here and people on Facebook, TD Jakes followers, and everybody up under the sun. Okay, so if you so am I right or am I wrong? If you are a pastor, you are on a higher standard than the average person because either
You
you
have
feel
responsibility to be the leader to other
right.
sheep.
Other seed or whatever and
Yeah.
stuff like and everybody up under you understand that and respects that. Okay, so if that's the case, if you a pastor and you were held within a certain standards, I wasn't at no parties, but there's photos
But have you ever been swallowed?
man.
Man, if you don't get off that sound bite, if you don't get off.
Pastor Dirk, to me, you have no business at no parties like or PDD parties, and you know what goes down at them parties, whatever. I would think that you have enough respect for your flock, your congregation, and
You
God's
think?
words to separate yourself from that, man.
See, in the Bible, and I know this, and I'm not being a holy roller, the wicked will be revealed.
Right. And to piggyback off of that,
When he say that,
Hold on.
what is your perception of what that means?
You gonna have people in sheepskin. What?
you gonna wolves in sheep clothing?
Okay, so is that not like saying that okay, the God, Jesus shouldn't go into the heathens and
No,
when they
no.
gambling whatever stuff?
No, no,
I'm just asking.
No, because Jesus went in there for the purpose to convert
Yeah, he went into the temple and turned over the money
and
table.
turned over the money table.
He went out and turned over.
So
the
you know
table.
he's not
So
indulging.
not saying that TD Jakes is on the level of Jesus, whatever this that.
No, I
but I'm
understand
just
what you're saying.
but I'm just saying as TD Jakes
He
is-
didn't go there to preach.
Nah,
He
you
didn't go
just
there.
said he didn't go there to
He
preach.
didn't go there to preach.
Because if he was going there to preach, everybody that walked past him, he taking that Bible and bust him over the head and whatever. Saying.
Before this came out, my wife used to watch TD Jakes and all these mega church big stars.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? What's the other one?
Joel Osteen.
But I remember last year, beginning of last year, this time, TD Jakes had stepped down. Nobody even knew.
Why did he step down? Is that the time when he was talking about
this was going on then? We just didn't know
And
it.
it was about to come out. They know
because he was talking. He had said something about women or something. He said
He passed it to his daughter.
his daughter.
His daughter is doing sermons now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sarah Jakes.
For over a year now.
Yeah, Sarah Jakes has been running the church.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Step down because I 401c. You wait. Let's get you out of just like they do the priests when they go.
Mhm.
Okay, so so I'm just asking because I don't know why did he step down? Because I remember something happened last year when it went viral because he was talking about I think women or something like that.
Some about women, but what another thing came out,
Mhm.
his son is
Right. His son is
funny.
right.
Okay.
Right.
But the thing is, again, we look at them, and that's why I say you gotta watch these. You gotta watch who's around your kid. You gotta watch who you leave around your family. You gotta make sure, because I understand the word for what you understand the word for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what's happening. That's
I
what.
think that's what's wrong with us. We want somebody else to teach us. And it's right. It's fundamental.
Right.
We
We
don't
don't
read.
read. We don't read.
I can read something to you, and I can like, no, I'm not gonna tell them that because that's gonna give them too much information. I don't keep you dumbfounded to, oh, God wants you to give to the church, and then you next thing you know, you on TV talking about you got a jet. You bragging on your jet, and you got Chanel family over here about to get evicted out of their house.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what happened to me. I'll tell you what happened to me. Whatever. I was going to this church. I was going to this church faithfully for about 5 years, tithing like I supposed to, faithfully. One missing. Even sometimes didn't even have what I needed or whatever because I'm so heavily invested, whatever. Time had got hard, whatever, and stuff like that, where I didn't have enough money to pay my electric bill. And I was going to this church. Well, I ain't gonna bust this church out, and I'm not even gonna bust this pastor out, whatever, stuff like that. But it was a church, one of the main churches in East St. Louis, whatever, stuff like that, as far as I go. And I went to them, whatever, say, hey, I need some help on my electric bill. I think my electric bill at the time was like $300 something, whatever, and stuff like that. And they took me through so much as this. I was asking for $2,000, whatever, and then back and told me there's nothing they can do or whatever and stuff like that. And I was really kind of hurt, whatever, because I know I had been faithful for the whatever stuff. I know I had been paying my tithes or whatever. And here it is, whatever. I'm coming to you, whatever, and stuff like that. Instead of going to a payday loan when I would owe more,
Right,
whatever,
right.
and
Oh,
stuff like
more
that, and
high
stuff
end,
like
yeah.
that. And for y'all to tell me that there's nothing y'all can do and stuff. But and I was living up here in O'Fallon at the time, but then I went to this organization, this church in O'Fallon and whatever and stuff like that because someone guided me to there. And I went in there and I told them my situation. They cut me a check from right there.
Right there. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was done. I was done. I was done. Yeah.
You can fix your indebtedness, and the Lord fulfill your needs.
And
I'm just
so for me, whatever. I after that, it kind of just. I felt some kind of freaking way.
Yeah.
And that's what looks
I
like.
went to a church one time, and the dude was like, they had like you have a little numbers on the wall when your kids get big.
The building fund.
Building fund on the side of the wall.
Mhm.
When we get up to certain amount, we need 45. The roof is leaking in his mouth. So well, the Lord told me to get on up out of here until y'all get y'all 45.
See, I get y'all shit together.
That's cold. You know,
Yeah.
that's cold blooded. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, since we on the church thing, why? Because this came to me a while ago. If you notice, whatever, why is it that when you go into church nowadays you see way more women and the black man is not in the church?
You've always seen way more women in churches.
But why?
Because it's always been that way.
But why?
Because they aim at the women. Women are more acceptable to go to churches than a man is. We ain't quick to run a church. It take a lot for a man to say
church faith and family though, because I like that church.
But
down the street.
if you really look at it, if you think about it, it take a whole lot for a man to go to church.
It does.
I used to go to that.
So, and I asked that question, and I had an answer to myself, and I had my big on it. I think it's because when the woman comes back home,
Okay.
she throws in the man's face, the pastor this, the pastor that, the pastor say this, the pastor say that, or whatever, to the point where she idolizes and respect the pastor so much that she don't give her husband the same respect. So it's retrospect.
On Chanel, because I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't.
No, I'm for the delivery what you said. I'm all camera, but she going outside to go to church and get there. It's a happy medium. It's one side. It's two sides of the story. If the husband at home drinking beer every Sunday morning, and be honest with you, the man may work Monday through Friday.
Right.
He may work Monday through Friday, but still, you still gotta show your old lady that
You put in the effort.
put in the effort to become one.
Yeah.
You going to church now, baby? You know the game coming on. Hey, okay, but the thing is, go to church with us sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The church, because you a man in the church, a pastor don't see a real man.
Yeah.
If a pastor keeps seeing your wife go to church and he know you,
I can
man,
do it. Me personally, whatever. I can understand that because me as a man, if I'm with a woman and I love that woman, and she don't ask me for too much or nothing because she know I'm gonna handle everything, and she come to me and she say, "Man, I really would love for you to come to church with me and whatever and stuff like that."
Mm-hmm.
Me as a man, whatever, I'm gonna give her that. I'm gonna
You're
give her
gonna give her
that.
that.
Yeah.
Men,
Give her
men
that,
usually don't volunteer to go. And you know, you say why do the church focus on the women versus the men? Because the women are more emotional.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
more emotional. So, and then the women, the wife or the girlfriend or whatever, she can, if she's sincere, she can talk to the husband and you know and ask him, you know, won't you go to church with me?
Mhm.
So that's probably why you got more women because they're easier to target because
Yeah.
a lot of churches, especially soulful churches. I grew up in a Pentecostal church.
Okay.
I'm independent Baptist now.
Okay.
And so the music, the Holy Spirit come with the drums playing and the
Yeah.
guitar. So
Yeah.
she going so
Yeah, because see, here's my thing about here's my thing about religion. Me personally, whatever. I don't do religion. I respect. I'm more spiritual, whatever. Because to me, my relationship, and it's just me. No disrespect. Absolutely,
okay.
yeah.
because the reason why I know that there's a God is because I've been in situations where I know it wasn't me.
Exactly.
It had to be
Right.
somebody.
Right.
You,
Right. And see, and
you know,
that's what a woman come in at because a man, if he don't go to church, he say, well, if he may know something like the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So I know you praying for me. So I go on these streets. I know I'm safe because you shielded me, or grandmama shielded me with with
right.
them prayers, you know.
It,
And
it's
yeah, so
absolutely,
But
so
it's always, especially in our community,
mm.
it has always been the women would go to church before the man.
before the man
Oh
would,
yeah,
yeah,
It's
It's
all
always
that's
been
just
that.
it's
always
been
been
like
our
that.
community.
Because the woman would go to the early
And then to the
church.
point, it'll get to the point. It'll get to the point. It's so funny that the woman will go to church and the woman will sit there and be praying for. Oh, Charles is getting on my nerves. Charles this, Charles that, whatever stuff. I'm gonna pray for Charles, whatever. And the man don't even understand that God is working through him to change him. And next thing you know, he a told, see, told he did.
Yeah.
He's like but he don't understand. Like
Let me
what?
tell you. Let me tell you. When I start really like, I get up every morning. As soon as my feet touch the floor, thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
My wife be like, I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And she be like, what's wrong? I'm like, I woke up. You know, because a lot of people like, oh my God. It's like they wearing. But when I do that, and I know this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, within the last year, no, I'm gonna say within the last year, because I've been doing it all my life, but it just never hit me like it did now.
Mhm.
But like the high that I believe in. Somebody say good.
No such thing as love.
I'm just like, dude, I got God. I don't need no love. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I always say I'm blessed. Another thing is, I've learned to give.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, because when I done that, man, I made a lot. I God gave me
Mm-hmm.
so much within over the last year. I lost my grandmother, my father. I tell folks, I've been hurt just like you. You know what I'm saying? I ask the question just, but I'm better because I feel that God then lifted my spirit. And as long as He puts you on this earth, as long as you walk in this earth, you here for something.
Something. It's something.
Yeah.
And but
And
Mhm.
when my grandmother lived there, last year in May, right before we moved into this house, it shook me because that was my bread and butter. She raised me, but the thing is, He got me through that. And every day I look at my grandmother, I look at my daddy. Hey, I'm gonna look, and I look in the mirror. And I'm finna make it better for my family. I'm finna strive for my family outside of my family. day, no names. A guy called me. I'm short on my rent, about to get evicted.
Mhm.
And I learned about this, but the thing is, it's not that I don't want my money back from you. Which if you give it back, get
You
it
know
back.
you finna get it back.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You know you finna get it back.
Right.
It's just an investment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do now. It's an investment to you now. You don't do what you
Right.
your-
That's on you. It's on you. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on you.
when you start thinking like
Right.
that.
It's different.
Mr. Lonzo, met him at the gym. Me and Lonzo just started kicking it. Shit, it's been almost a little bit over a year, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like my brother, call him every day. We talk. I talk to his brother, but this man helped me move and all this stuff in this house.
Yeah.
It's a good brother.
We had a good day that day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good brother. You don't meet him like that.
No.
No.
You don't meet people like that.
No.
That didn't help me. My
Right.
brother helped me, but for a guy that ain't known me for a whole year,
Yeah, and it's funny that you say it, bro, because it bees like that.
that's a blessing.
It's been people, whatever, that I grew up with, that I've been knowing all my life and stuff, and I can't call on them for nothing in the world. But you beat somebody for a year, whatever, and it's like they'll do everything for you and stuff like that, whatever. And that's
We'll talk off the camera, but I loaned this such and such this money. I had talked to him a week before.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling me what he was going through, but he never asked me for anything.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted me to volunteer. And be like, well, I can, but I didn't do that. But see, now you ask me later on down the line,
Right.
said, this must be God working on me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what's your cash?
Mm-hmm.
You know how they, I'm gonna get this right back to you.
Yeah, yeah.
you do.
You don't.
You don't.
But
No.
get in that.
It's bigger than that. It's bigger
Yeah.
than that.
Can I just say, man, I ask everybody. Sometimes give. Not to receive nothing back.
Right.
We bring y'all over here, be like, hey man, I'm finna kick it with y'all, and we gonna do this, and then throw it back in your face. Kicking it with y'all, because I like kicking it with y'all.
Right.
Shit, that's it.
But see, you evolved though. You evolved.
We just stayed
I want to put that out there.
Yeah.
I tell my son, anybody young, give. Don't nobody care about how you look.
Without expecting to receive nothing back. But at the same time, you don't let nobody take advantage of you, make no fool. You know, yeah.
What you're saying is, I'm to the point right now. If I don't get it back, I'm gonna.
Yeah, because you're not, and then because you smart enough to know that when you being used or somebody playing
You know, yeah.
whatever, stuff like that, whatever stuff. So you got it. If you at a point where if you give it and you don't get it back, you still good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that you know that you was able to do that. And another thing that I would like to add to whatever, when it comes down to black people, the word success. Success is different things to a lot of different people. Society will have you to think that if you ain't got a big house or big car, whatever, that's not successful. Like you said, Mario, we all here for a purpose.
Yeah.
That purpose may not be something astronomical. The purpose can be success is you a successful husband, you a successful brother, you a successful father, you a successful friend. If you all those things, to me, that supersedes having all this money, whatever, and nothing, and because you got people that got all that money and they still not happy. I'd rather have simplicity of
Mm-hmm.
life. I'm at a point in my life, whatever, as a man that I have took time and I have worked on the full body of myself or whatever. It did take time, but it came a point in my life, whatever, where I'm willing to receive it. I understand it, whatever. So successful for me is being all those little small things, whatever, and stuff like that. So that's what success is.
I'm going to be 52 this year. Tony, what?
I'll be 54 in July.
50.
I'll be 51.
Hey, check this out. When we were young, we would always be like, man, I can't wait till I get grown. And man, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Now I'm at the age of 50. Tell me if y'all feel the same way. And this for all the 50 people out there. You know, and when you're in your 40s, y'all better stand by. You bet them. But when you get to your 50, you be like, I think I'm speaking for me. Okay, I got about another 30 years in me. Man, you start taking those serious, don't you?
Yeah.
You start taking when you're in your 20s, you don't take it serious.
Right. You don't. Cause when y'all really think about it, you don't have as much time in life as you think you do. Because from the age where you were born to 18,
You was working. I mean, you was in school.
you was in school, family, whatever, and stuff like that.
18 to 60, working a job.
Well, but there before you even get to 60, whatever, there's a transition too. You know what I'm saying? So
Retirement age.
right. So
Mhm.
when it comes down to life or whatever, to get it right and to make it and to get it right and to make it right, you only got a small window. You only got a certain amount of summers and a certain amount of winters, whatever. So so you think you got another, when you in your 20s, you think you got another 40, 50, 60 years, you may not have that.
But watch this though. The most underrated blessing is walking out your door
Yeah.
and coming
Come
back
back
through
through
it.
it. Yeah.
Because like you just said, you don't think about,
You really don't get that much thought.
Like that.
Right.
But now,
Right, yeah.
You think
You
like
own
that now.
it like that now.
Yeah.
But when you
speed,
like when you 18,
Yeah.
19,
You don't think like
indestructible.
that or whatever. I mean,
You don't think that way.
yeah. And I think another thing that in the next episode, that if everybody agree whatever, we need to talk about legacy, and we need to talk about how I notice when it comes down to white people that they put their position to where their kids, about time they 18 or 21, they get their credit score is already down there at 800. They credited, you know what I'm saying? They already got 2-3 credit cards. They sit there and they put their kids on a life insurance. So about time they get 21, whatever, if they want to buy a house for their wife or whatever and stuff like that, they can do that, or start a business or whatever. I came into financial literacy, whatever, extremely late.
I think we all
You know what I'm
did.
saying?
I think we all
I
did.
think we all
And
did.
that's no fault to my
I
grandparents.
think we all did.
And I think we all did whatever and stuff like that, because that information, even though it might have been available for my grandparents, whatever, they wasn't there, because it was a different era, whatever, and stuff like that.
something else.
Yeah, they was coming out of slavery, whatever, and stuff like that.
Watch this though. How could they give you
Something they didn't have.
They
They
didn't
didn't have.
have.
They didn't have. Not only that they didn't have, that they wasn't allowed to have, whatever, and stuff like
Exactly.
that, whatever. Because my grandparents, whatever, came from Mississippi. They migrated up. They migrated up here. You know, so because my grandfather told me stories about picking cotton and growing up on a farm in Mississippi, whatever, and stuff like that. So
Right.
when they came up here, whatever, they came for a better living, whatever, because at the time in East St. Louis, they had jobs. Jobs was plentiful up here, you know what I'm saying, East St. Louis at the time, whatever.
World War what? When we went over there and when everybody went over.
So it would have to be the World
Yeah,
Wars in the 30s,
in the 40s.
30s.
But yeah, East St. Louis used to have, it was so popping, the population was,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it had two
Because- yeah,
mayors,
just
at
like
the
they
same
had,
time.
just like Tony, they had Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. They had Black Wall Street in East St. Louis too, because the people don't know. And see, that's my thing about people that live here in East St. Louis. How can you live in East St. Louis in the city and don't even know the history of the city that you
Right.
in, but you quote unquote whatever, this my city.
This my
If it's
city.
no your city, whatever, then you should know the history of my city.
Yeah.
And that's why when I'm always talking about my city, whatever, I stand on it, because I know the history of my city. I know that East St. Louis, whatever, was so popping, whatever, that you had black business, just like you had Black
Right.
Wall Street in Oklahoma,
Right.
to the point where
It's the
white
reason
folks
why
got
they
so
called it
mad.
Hometown USA.
Yeah.
I mean, they called East St. Louis that.
Yeah. Because East St. Louis had the same kind of thing going on Oklahoma and the city, to the point they
Yeah.
put East St. Louis
I
down.
don't want to say I hate. This is one of the things I despise when folks be like, "Oh, hey, how you gonna talk about like you? But you moved up out the city." Look here, man. If you don't understand when you're supposed to grow in life, then that's on you.
Yes, absolutely.
Say, here's the thing: I'm going where I can better me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But you didn't leave. But you didn't leave. You didn't leave. You didn't leave East St. Louis coming on Fallon. It ain't like you don't
No.
go back out down to East St.
What
Go ahead.
I
Okay.
say that is because
Mm-hmm.
if I'm a seed, I gotta grow, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta leave your, you know what I'm saying, your atmosphere to grow. Now, who says, say we got Jackie Joyner,
Yeah.
we got all these different stars,
Brian Cox. Brian Cox.
You got the Jackie Joyner. You know what I'm saying?
but what I'm saying is Jackie Joyner couldn't have won no gold medals living in East St. Louis. She gotta go run the race.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You gotta leave.
You gotta leave.
You
But-
gotta leave. But yeah.
That's why she left the city. She left you. I can do that too.
Yeah. She left the city. She left the city, but she didn't leave the city.
But here's the thing.
She left her dream.
She left. Well, here's
And
Jackie Joyner ain't the reason East St. like it is.
no,
The
She's
people,
not the reason.
no, the people within East St. Louis is the reason. Do you think?
You named Jackie Joyner Kersey Center. She brought that to the. One thing I can say about her, she brought that to the city.
Yeah. So it's like this. When she came, she went, she conquered. When she done that, it's up to us to keep it going because we still here. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think East St. Louis is reduced. It's always produced stars and it's always
Yeah.
produced athletes. It's just that even on a political level, they've produced people that were great. The thing is,
Mhm.
so many of us want them to just come back and stay.
So
That's not
so
the
let me
case.
ask you this. Say for instance, I come out and I say, man, I got 2 million. Boom, boom, I want to give some brothers. You got this. You got this. You got this. Say we go, hey man, how about we put a something, not a bar,
Mhm.
right.
Right,
a store,
Not a liquor
right.
store.
something that
Not a club.
club, you know.
Okay.
Let's I don't know what it is, but
Let's do a rec center. Let's a rec center.
Because we had let's
With
finish.
the food and doing
Right.
And
Because you know
the
what,
wage.
Mario,
Have different classes.
when we came up to the East St. Louis, we had that.
Mary
We had
Brown Center.
we had
in
a
Lincoln
whole
Park.
Angels.
Yeah.
We had swimming pool,
Swimming pool in Jones Park.
whatever stuff like
Lincoln
that.
Park.
You know what I'm saying? So we had all bro. I played baseball. We had Robinson Corey League.
Corey League. You know. Yeah. It's like,
In
yeah.
St. Louis, whatever
AJ
stuff like
Cross.
that. We had all that. We had all of that.
Let me tell you.
And what that did for I'll tell you this, Mario. What that did for me, Mario, when they had those things going on for kids, that gave me something to do to keep me out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would get up and stuff. They had, you know, in the summertime, parents had to work, whatever, and stuff like that, whatever. They would have breakfast.
Yeah.
They would have lunch
Mhm.
and stuff because we would go to Holy Angels and whatever stuff like that and have lunch and whatever
Mhm.
stuff like that. Man, we had when I was coming up, parents had to work. We had a full day as kids of what we was gonna do.
Yeah.
Up until it was time for our parents to get home.
Yeah.
They had breakfast. They had breakfast going on for kids, whatever. Then we'll turn around after breakfast, whatever. We'll go swimming.
Mhm.
After swimming, whatever. We go to the rec center. After the rec center, whatever, and stuff like that. About that time, it's time for us to make us way home.
Mhm.
Every summer, that's what I look for. That's
Right,
what I
right.
look forward
We
to.
were
What
doing
else?
something to do instead of running and being in a game. Which is some folks that was already in there.
Yeah,
And we knew them too, but
yeah, we knew that too.
it was
But that's when you started seeing at the end. You start seeing that transition.
yeah.
You know, we grew up in neighborhoods,
Yeah,
and everybody looked out. I mean, I grew up. We could leave the doors open.
yeah.
You know, at night. You didn't have to worry about
You have
that.
to worry about
But then soon, right when the middle '80s hit,
It's 86, Mario.
Yeah.
86, 80,
from '85, I'm gonna say '85.
85,
I started seeing it.
86,
Yeah.
whatever. So I tell
It's
you what, I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so I went, I was at Lansdowne, and I remember going to school one day, and after school, when I was in school, the disciples and the vice lords was going around, and they was recruiting cats.
recruiting cats.
Mhm.
You know, junior high school. Yeah.
Junior high school
Yeah.
and stuff. And you had a choice. You know what I'm saying? You either get jumped in or whatever that made you get in the game or
Mm-hmm.
whatever and stuff like that. So that was a thing. That was what started. That's what started off. Then after that, I looked up whatever and stuff, and New Jack City the movie came out.
Okay, that's 91.
You know what I'm saying? But I looked up or whatever and stuff, man. The crack
The crack
epidemic came in,
came in.
boy,
Yeah.
so hard and so tough,
That's when we
bro.
working at Armageddon.
That's when we was working at Armageddon's,
Mhm.
whatever and stuff like that, man. And I can tell you this: when the dope game came in, the crack game, they flooded the city, flooded the city with that shit
Yeah.
so quick, so fast, man. It was like an overnight type thing, bro. It blew. When looking back, man, that blew my mind, bro.
Conversations with Chanel and all the guests. Check this out. We talk about gentrification and redlining and all that. And let me tell you something. East St. Louis was put on a telescope. We didn't know nothing about no crack. Crack was put in these communities to basically heat it up,
Yeah,
answer it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
before crack, it was cocaine, but cocaine was considered the white man. We couldn't. That's right. We couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we added, as a matter of fact, only thing that we added to cocaine was fucking baking
Baking
soda.
soda.
It's the only fucking
So-
thing that we.
And the reason I'm saying this, man, sometimes I'm glad because now I think I told you the other day, sometimes I can speak in a certain group that I wouldn't say nothing
You want
about.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the cancer, what they crack, it came from higher beings. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The CIA, because that's like that movie. What's that movie that was that series that was on?
Snowfall.
Yeah, Snowfall,
Mhm.
whatever, stuff like that.
It came and it was supposed to do something.
It did what it did.
You know,
Community and black families, you know. Yeah.
You can say it's always something. That's why we gotta understand they did that to keep you at a certain level because they want you to be on general assistance. They want you to be on WIC. They want you in a because
To look at
if they give a family $400 worth of however many dollars worth of food stamps to pay their rent,
and
and that's $3,000 a month. Just say
Mhm.
off that 3,000, they done made 20,000, and they willing to shell out 33,000 to you, so you can just stay with stay there.
because it gets to a point, Mario, where they even pass down. Families get to the point where they get so confined to it and so used to it. The grandmama passed the damn Section 8 to the kids or whatever.
So you
stuff
know
like
that box I was saying you was in, that you keep going around, you get comfortable in your space.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta do nothing. I'm so used to this. You know, now they say,
So
go out and get you a job.
Right.
Pay $3 an hour. And you be like, oh, that's too hard. Oh, I gotta sit up here with these.
I make more money, whatever, and stuff like that, sitting there at home.
Most
Right.
at home. So it's not
Mhm.
to go work for
Right.
you.
Tony, I you the numbers guy, you the politician guy, whatever. Explain what was from a higher up, what was the point? How did the government come with the realization to break up the black family for its welfare? Because
Okay, yeah. It wasn't
to
just
me,
that's what we see. It wasn't just the black family. It was the middle class. Because in reality,
Mhm.
there's more white people on
Yes,
welfare
yes.
than there is black people.
Can you say that? Can you say that?
Yeah,
Can you say
there's
it for
more
the black
white
people,
people,
for the people in the back to hear it?
you know, yeah, they say
You know what I'm
there's more
saying?
white people than black people on welfare. So the main issue is you just want to have it's a class war.
Mhm.
You know, so when I was young growing up, I was exposed to different stuff, and I never played the race card. I never thought it was about color.
Okay.
Even slavery wasn't about color,
Right.
because the first
It's for
slave
free labor.
owner,
Free labor.
yeah, it's a business.
Yeah.
It's a business. It's about classes. So welfare is to destroy the middle class.
Okay.
And you just want the poor, and you just want the rich.
Right.
Because the rich want to control the
Right.
poor, and it's easier to
Right.
control
Because and I
when
think
you have to depend on the rich.
right.
And the middle class is going to get out,
Phase out.
and you're going to work,
And also,
and you're going to have
Right.
pride.
Because I think that's where we are. I'm just
Yeah.
saying because I think that's where we are today. What we are today, whatever the people that's higher up, whatever they only want two class. They don't want they just
Yeah,
want rich or
or
poor.
poor, and they want the
And you know
poor to
why?
have
And you
a
know why? And just to put it in your mind, I want to
Mhm.
put it out there in everybody's mind. Rich and poor. Ain't no middle way now.
there's no
So
middle.
there's no way to climb up.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a longer stretch.
Right.
Yeah.
Long stretch.
It's like, man, I can
Every time you, every time you,
Right.
it gets to the
Right.
point where
Right.
every
And
time,
you're gonna be content
right,
with
what they give you,
what they
scraps.
give you.
oh, what they drop. Oops. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, you,
That's
right,
that's why it's been a hard push for universal basic income.
right,
Most people don't understand. That's what socialism and Marxism is. That's our ideology.
right.
Universal basic, and all these rich people, they use these athletes and these y'all just set up and y'all take this. But they up there.
Right.
Okay, so just imagine what you making. You have to distribute it to everybody else. We all make exactly the same thing. That's what universal basic income is. And that's the plan of the Democratic Party.
Right.
That was the
Go
plan.
back to what we
To right back to it's going everything goes back to
full circle.
globalism, full circle to globalism.
Right.
Universal basic income.
So why is it so hard for people to understand it to just say enough?
It's because number one, emotion. Then you got fear. That's what COVID was based on fear and not logic.
Right.
And I used to tell people, look, the PCR test, they never knew if you had COVID or not.
Right.
Because the PCR test was invented by this doctor that used to
Is
work
that
with,
Fauci?
no, he used to work with Dr. Fauci.
Okay.
And he told Dr. Fauci, this PCR test, he's the inventor of the test.
Right.
He said, you can't use this test
Right.
to test for COVID. This guy, allegedly, he died 2 years later. And then they start using his test to test for COVID.
Right.
I think the biggest
So-
of them all was the ventilator.
Right. So yeah, remdesivir
Yeah.
and the ventilators.
Mhm.
The remdesivir caused kidney failure and lung failure, and then they put you on the ventilators.
It was already full of germs and
And it wasn't just that, but ventilators are pressure. It don't put oxygen in your lungs.
Right.
It put pressure on your lungs, and so it's going to
Right.
yeah. So it's not a coincidence
Right. So
that when the AIDS epidemic. Let me finish this
Okay.
thought. The AIDS epidemic,
the age on my AIDS individual?
AIDS,
Right.
the AIDS and HIV
The syphilis.
was started. AIDS was started by who? Dr. Fauci.
Okay. Okay.
But it was monkeys from Africa.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
And now
I'm sorry.
you got the same playbook, but now
So is
China
that,
is back.
so is that the same thing about the syphilis thing when they was injecting
Yeah.
soldiers
To
of-
Tuskegee.
Yeah, the
Tuskegee.
it was an experiment.
It's an
whatever.
experiment.
So let me ask you this. So when they do, whether it's the experiment with syphilis, whether it's experiment with AIDS, whether it's experiment with crack and COVID, correct me if I'm wrong. The reason what the powers of be does that is to control the population.
Yeah, it's population control.
Population.
That's why if you go to any Planned Parenthood with abortion, it's gonna be in the inner cities.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all the inner cities.
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood, and then if you really want to talk about some racist stuff with the Planned Parenthood, the Bill Gates is a co-founder of Planned Parenthood.
Another episode of Truth Be Told.